Black star. With the nightfall comes the shadows and the trees alert. Easier said than done when we all. I'm feeling. I'm feeling. Twisting my soul. Fuel me, refuel me. And I'm an arrow in the sky. I'm a tantrum. I'm a tantrum passing you by. I'm an arrow in the sky. 'Cause I'm a tantrum. And I'm a full moon, full moon, full moon, full moon. Arrow in the sky. I'm a tantrum. I'm an arrow in the sky. 'Cause I'm a tantrum. I'm an arrow in the sky. I'm a
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We had Thanksgiving yesterday for all the Americans celebrating. And Peetz did a 3 hour, 9 minute stream, so we're gonna get straight into it. I mean, I didn't watch it, so I don't know. But hello everybody, welcome. So we have Natsuki, Novastar, what's up? We got Nolabu, Lindsay. Hi there, Mary, how are you doing? Thanks for modding. We got Sandra, Celebrity Juicer. What's up? We also have Kara all the time. Hi there. Lindsay, welcome. Deb W, thank you so much. Hey, Goldwater Rule, welcome. Gemini. And Liz W, how you doing? Welcome, everybody, even those that are not sending messages in the chat. Hello, Shiara. Welcome to the chat as well. Dorial, how you doing? Let's get into it. Let's see what Peetz has to say. Man, it's gonna be a long stream after this. Probably Foodie Beauty will be on. It's already 7 p.m. where she is at nighttime. So any moment now, Foodie Beauty can maybe do a live stream or do a video. We'll see. Name the sports team on hat, Monty. This is Vancouver. This is the old school emblem for NHL team for Vancouver. So you know what that means? It's the Canucks.
Hey, Slay Era. Hi, Collision. Hi,
Hey,
Tamaya.
Margaret.
No real point in wishing me happy Thanksgiving. It's not Thanksgiving here. Hey, Down Under. Hey, Sweet Jane. Hey,
If you've noticed, there's a lot of people who signed up for his membership. Just saying. Marie F, what's up? I didn't think there would be that much people, but people, person after person was signing up. So good for him. His membership's $1.99, so at least he has that something that people forced him to do.
Down Under. Hey, Sweet Jane. Hey, Spiderica. Golden Girl. Sunshine Granny. Hey, Strawberry Punch. Stephanie. Yep. Yeah, we had our Thanksgiving last month, so. Hey, Seal. Hey, Solo Trip. Opted out today. Fair enough. Lisa, Amy, Betty for the second time. Rico, no, I did not make more. I did not make more than Chantal this month.
Of
Hi,
course you
GL.
didn't. Do you think they sign up for him or to keep tabs with Foodie Beauty? I think for him.
Hey, Astronaut. Not even close.
A lot of people have been
Not even
asking.
close to what she made. Hey, Barbara.
Hey, Life of Lindsay. What's up?
Stephanie, yeah. Yeah, turkey is generally pretty traditional for Canadian Thanksgiving.
I mean, Christmas is in full gear right now. A month from now, it is Christmas
600, I
Day.
get that.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, I think a lot of people really want to like get him away from her because he really does need to get back to what he was pre Chantal, like living together. Like pre when was that? Like pre April, May 2020.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just assuming. She didn't tell me how much he made, but favorite Thanksgiving dish? It's nice to have. It's nice to have the twice a year turkey. I was alone today and had a TV dinner by myself.
For sure, Mary.
The right way to spend Thanksgiving, I think. Hey, Insanity.
You're new to his streams, but he seems like a decent content provider. Um, a lot of people might beg to differ. Peetz just goes online and talks to people, or what he does is he lectures them on what they should do, what is or isn't, and you just have to sit there and go along with it.
I love being with my family and having my once a year turkey. Yeah. Yeah, we have turkey Thanksgiving and Christmas. So happy Native American Day. Yes. Yeah, happy Indigenous Peoples Day as well. Or actually, I think Columbus Day is usually Indigenous Peoples Day.
And there
Awesome,
you go.
10,000 subscribers. Hurrah.
Yeah.
No, didn't break down any more boxes yet.
Look at that. See, he has memberships. He has 10K subscribers. What else is going good for Peetz?
Hey, Bowie.
Hey, our Brownstein, what's up?
Turkey and food turned out great. Cool, cool. Glad to hear. Hey, Red Freckles, made yourself a burger. Also works. I had spaghetti again. I still had some of that spaghetti sauce from last night left over. So I just cooked up some spaghetti and put the sauce on top. So, come visit you in Miami. Yeah. Do I eat breakfast? Not normally, Goral. Very rarely. Hey, Brooke. See, I figure I'll just do like a short live today.
A short live, okay. 3 hours and 9 minutes later.
I'm really enjoying my cooking videos. I'm glad for that. Especially loved how you're breaking down box nothing. Yeah, I still got plenty to do on that, but one meal a day usually, and then I snack a bit. Yeah, generally it's I just eat one meal a day. I'm not a big eater. Hey, Jada.
Man,
Hey, Harley.
does it count snacking as, not anything?
Cherry cheesecake, cool.
So he eats one big meal a day, but his belly says different. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I'm just saying.
Hey, Anonymous.
He has a beer belly without the beer. There has to be a reason.
Looking down a bit down. Yeah. Maybe a bit tired today, but nah, I'm fine. Hey, Kira. Same as usual, really. Hope all was okay. Yeah. Honestly, I'm feeling about the same as usual. Hey,
It's
Why am I
gas
tired?
filled,
I don't know.
maybe.
I usually am. Happy Indigenous Day. Yep. How often do I wash my sheets? Less than I should. I washed them like
Oh,
a week ago. I did
okay.
wash my sheets like a week or so ago.
Okay.
Thoughts on soup? I'm not really a fan, honestly, Tanea. I'm very weird. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Colleen.
Definitely not a soup fan.
Hey, Kalamazoo. Hey, Shiara.
Hopefully everybody's weekend goes well.
Name 3 things that make me
TGIF.
happy. Uh, Chantal, cats, Star Trek.
ABC says the beer belly without the beer is probably because of a hormonal imbalance, and being used by a narcissist for over a decade can really alter your body.
Speaking of which, I did watch the. That is not at all, not even close, Belly. I did watch the newest episode of Star Trek Prodigy. I'm still enjoying that show.
Very true, Steffi B.
What I had for dinner? Spaghetti.
Right, Steffi B. A week or so ago means it's time to watch them again. I wouldn't be actually surprised if Peetz only has one set of sheets. Actually, I've come across people with just one set of sheets. That what they do, they take the sheets off the bed and they wash them right away, and then a couple hours later, they're back on the bed. YouTube rejects, what's up? I'm not buying his membership. Did he even promise extra content? I don't even know what he promised. I'm gonna have to look at what he posted as part of his memberships.
I mean, not really a globo. It's not a racist term.
Right? I think the belly, yeah, is from the bad diet.
What it is more is that Indigenous people do want people to remember, the shit that was done to them. Like they don't even like they have no problem with people celebrating Thanksgiving. It's just like, hey, just try to bear in mind.
I do that wash and return. Okay, gotcha. Peace looking bloated, doesn't he always? Except it was yesterday, I believe. He looked a lot slimmer than normal. Yeah, morning
The
everybody.
bigger one they actually like the bigger one that Indigenous people object to is actually Columbus Day. That's the one that that pisses Indigenous people off. That's one that we're like, fuck that holiday. Turkey breast and turkey gravy and dressing mashed potatoes, 0 sugar Coke. Cool.
Gotcha, Deb.
Yeah, I
So
like it. It's not so much that I'm speaking for them. It's just that like this is my understanding of their take.
right, yeah, right, Life of Lindsay, but that's just how Pete's is. He takes on the fight of other people.
Hey, Killface. Hey, Psyched. Thanksgiving slaughter of Native Americans. Hey, Titney. Like I said, my understanding of it is that Indigenous people
Right, Lindsay?
generally don't really have a big issue with Thanksgiving. They do want to be,
What's up, random viewer?
they do want people to remember the history of what happened there, but what people in America don't tell is that we all came fleeing from our own tragedies ages ago. Hey, VAC. Yeah, like I said, I think the bigger one for them is Columbus Day. That's the one that pisses them off. Hey, VAC. Hey, Enchanted Roses. Over my Sosuke.
All
Was
right.
Sosuke one of the people I blocked? Hey, aha budget. Transitioning. I am leaning towards Nicole, aha budget. As for how my day went, yeah, boring. Hey, Jenna.
What? He's leaning towards Nicole for what, his name? Okay, so now he's changed his name. I thought he wanted to be like was it like Esri or Ezra Dax? And before, what was the original name he wanted to be? It was a Scottish name. I keep forgetting what name he originally picked. Then he said he wanted to be named after that one Dax character on, I think, DS9, Deep Space Nine. Was it like Esri? Yeah, it was Esri Dax, right? Yeah, it was first. It was Catherine. Then it was yeah, so it is Nicole after because Esri Dax is played by Nicole. Gotcha. So now it's Nicole. Yeah.
And hey, my first member in the chat, because I did start memberships. Memberships should have become available yesterday, last night. I think like last night, I think they became available
Well,
late
good.
last night.
It's
Can people to pay rent? Yeah, we'll be fine. Where do we want to join? I have no idea. If it's not showing up for you, I don't really know what to tell you.
all right,
What are the perks about becoming a member? You get a badge.
and that's it. That's the perk.
For right now, that's about it. Green name and a badge.
He really doesn't want to put any effort into anything. I can't even say any more effort because this is really not any effort. He's just coming on talking to somebody.
Tomorrow's Black Friday. Yeah. Drop the link to join. I don't know where the link to join. I don't know the link to join.
Yeah, I remember that Nova Star.
Join button is right beside subscribe button. You have to go to web version if you have iPhone. Hey, Chantaller. My other member. I think, yeah, I've got 2 members so far, I think. I don't think channels with new memberships get the join link right away on iPhones. Drop link. Fork Sniffers Anonymous. Welcome.
Look at Peetz rolling in.
Welcome to the membership, Fork Sniffers. Not okay. I'm honestly still uncomfortable with it, Sarah Grant. Down Under, welcome to the memberships.
One moment. What is he uncomfortable with? Sarah Grant said, I thought you weren't okay with it. Oh, with the memberships. Okay, gotcha.
What's the name for members? Pizza Slice? So that's a whole $8 a month guaranteed. Woo woo.
Peetz.
I think YouTube does actually take a cut. Like I think YouTube actually takes a cut of it.
Of course, YouTube does. Yeah, his member, his like his members' names is Pizza Slice.
Memberships are $1.99.
Pizza Slice. Okay, gotcha. Pizza Slice. I mean,
yeah. $8 a month. Woo woo.
It's a good name.
Yes, well, I think minus 30%.
I like
if I'm
it.
not mistaken. Let me double check there.
Yeah, he has no idea. He just made memberships to make memberships, earn a little bit of money. I think Peach's ponies would be better.
I think they do. Found the link. So that's supposed to be the link. Do I like Alex's trick? Nah. 30%, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they take 30%. So that'd be 60 cents. So
MP says
so every member I get gives me $1.80 or $1.40. Titney Shitney, welcome. Harley Quinn, welcome.
Yeah, he's still picking himself. It's really annoying. YouTube takes 30% of all the creators' estimated revenue for the month. That includes memberships as long as super chats and ad revenue. Yeah, they take a lot. It's a multi-billion-dollar company after all. and this is how they're making their money.
So I'm now up to a whopping $8 a month guaranteed. Woo!
Get yourself
Our
some pizza
ancestors
with
fled
that
to the USA to
pizza.
give their future offspring a better life. That's why I remind them when I see racism. Yeah. I'll let her know. Hey, cat voice. Then you gotta pay attention. In theory, supposed to, Lisa. I keep most years I don't even bother. I'm lazy. You see, are greedy like some people. Yeah. Do I eat at McDonald's? Not very often anymore, Kira. Shelly, welcome. Yeah, for McDonald's, my orders usually either double quarter pounder, no cheese,
Okay.
or nuggies.
I wonder why he hates cheese. Is it because I don't know? It's the texture thing, isn't it? It's probably a texture thing. It's always like a sensory or texture thing with Peetz. That's why he doesn't like soup, and that's why he doesn't like
Ice
cheese.
cream? Nah, not really.
But the cheese is so fake, though. It's very plasticky. Well, you get used to it, in a sense.
How am I? Yeah. You're at work on Thanksgiving? Yeah, that was never fun. Get members? Yes, I did get members. Very good. I'm up to 7 whole members. Which amuses me.
Picking his subconscious, yeah, in many ways. Hey, Penny Young, what's
Do
up?
I hate Black Friday? Yeah, back when I was working, I always hated Black Friday. Calling them nuggies is a pretty good way to get laid again.
Novastar says, I saw a video with a shout out from Letitia that she was out or getting out very soon and would be back. She sounded as crazy as ever. Really? So it's no longer gonna be, when was it? January, I believe. January, February, she was supposed to get out. I'm like, I remember when I was doing the reviews like back in October, I'm like, OMG, January is gonna be a long way. But yeah, I heard she got transferred. So okay, if she's gonna get out early, fine, fine by me. Hey, Kelly Wade, what's up?
Does your toilet get clogged when you flush your kitty litter? Stephanie, welcome. MG, how do you become a member? I'll post the link again, MG. Anyway, no, Kira. Because I'm not flushing the litter itself. All that's being flushed is the cat poop. That's all that's being flushed.
That's litter. It's clumped up litter.
Um,
What is this? Where is this
I can't
understanding
remember for
coming
now.
from?
That's fine. Collision. Same difference. Worked in a bookstore and a mall back in the day.
So, Belizia Mimi, hello.
I
So, with Latidi, they want to make her mother her guardian. That will never work, right? I mean, the family doesn't get along. It's always a fight.
wouldn't have as big an issue with that. MG, welcome. Thank you. What are your members going to be called? Slices, Whitney. They're going to be slices. In fact, actually, give me a second here. Can I edit?
If you're just coming in, smash that like button for me. We are on a stream that was done last night. Peetz did a power stream, like a Chantal level power stream.
Sorry, just yeah. I was gonna change it to slices rather than slice, but fuck it, it'd be resubmitted and everything and blah. Beverly Pickett, welcome. Gamer Girl, welcome.
Wow, memberships coming through. I did see what Chantal posted.
John? Yeah, I mean need to catch up in videos. To say in the last book review what you're reading next. Yes, what I'm reading right now is Cogs, Crowns, and Carriages.
Hey,
steampunk anthology,
hey,
which
KX2.
apparently is available on some websites.
What I mean by power stream, Steffi, is he was streaming for hours. Like, there's no reason to be streaming for hours, especially with the content that they do. But Chantal and Peetz will stream for hours. Chantal at least is not doing it because streaming for 3 hours long takes up a lot of somebody's day. That's almost half of a entire work shift that he's streaming for. Like, who has hours
You can purchase that book.
to sit down and listen to
Slice in the
Peetz?
chat. There you go. Yeah. Pull over. Fine.
And then you can't keep up.
Where'd she go?
He should go on Twitch and do a 12-hour
You were
challenge
just whining. Where the hell did you go?
with his gaming. But I think he has a little bit of fear because of it's a new environment. It's the same thing with real life stuff.
Fine then.
The anxiety and
I
fear.
don't want you over here then. Fine. Red Freckles, welcome. If I became wealthy, would I donate my money? Yeah, I mean, if I had enough money, if I was making enough money to survive off of, then yeah, I would be fine donating excess. And yes, $1.99 J Dot for my memberships. Do I read YA? Yeah, I read YA. I read quite a bit of YA. Think we don't have to hate Thanksgiving? Yeah.
Hey, Corey Coconut, Diane Woods, welcome.
Columbus Day, it's okay to hate. Fuck Columbus Day. But Thanksgiving is about, togetherness.
Facts, Lindsay.
Yeah, no worries.
He doesn't like
Right.
change. He doesn't like cheese. He
My
doesn't like food.
ghoul.
He doesn't like
Okay. Good night, Titney.
broken social scene.
Probably stuck in Chantel's drawer again. Hippiesta. Welcome.
All
Hi,
right,
Teddy Bear.
going forward.
Thanksgiving all about. Yeah. In theory, it's supposed to be a celebration of like one of the early harvests. It's sort of a harvest celebration that became a more general togetherness celebration. Why are you losers? Because you're watching me, Shakespeare. Just want you to know you're not as hateable as people make you out to be. Thanks. Not as hateable as expected.
Hey, Two Order Times.
I'll take
welcome.
it. Do I like
The
the music,
chat?
Cowboy Bebop? Most of it, yeah. Most of the music, yeah, MG.
Here we go. Same question.
I mean, music is central to that show and all the shows that particular guy makes.
Same questions as usual. Am I watching the whole video? Yeah, I always do. I'll go through the entire thing.
What's his name?
The only thing Peetz is familiar with, well, one of the things is the entire history of Sailor Moon. He knows that.
Yeah, Shinichiro Watanabe.
He knows the entire history of Spirited Away and Studio Ghibli or Ghibli, however you want to pronounce it. Hey,
All the
MJ.
pioneers and Native Americans came together for a meal. Yeah. Steph, welcome. Thank you very much. Hey, Enigma.
Did he say? He
Yeah,
he did.
Shinichiro Watanabe, the guy who created Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Or not created. Hajime Yatare created it, but Watanabe is.
What did he do?
Oh.
Hey, Rick Sanchez. Studio Ghibli is the
wow.
best. Okay. Only if you say so, Mary.
Anyway, yeah. In particular, Shinichiro Watanabe is a guy who cares a lot about music
That one's
in
almost.
the stuff he makes.
Nobody cares, Peetz.
Recommend Flying Beagle by Himiko Kikuchi. Cowboy Bebop, he obviously focused a fair bit on
Hey Keeks,
sort of
what's up?
classic music. Um,
His gut looks huge when he's sitting down. Yes, he could be like that. Excuse me. But you know the stereotypical Discord Discord mod where you could rest like your meal on your stomach or your drink on your stomach when you're not drinking it. It reminds me of that.
a lot of classic rock, classic blues.
I'm sure you've seen the
Um,
memes.
there's a lot of classic music. Um, he did another show. Hey, Voice in the Chaos. He did another show, Samurai Champloo. One of my plans for Black Friday.
Really? I love
I
Samurai
might.
Champloo.
There's a couple things I do want to get at the grocery store,
His belly looks hard.
and it's
No,
like few enough things that don't really want to pay for delivery.
his belly looks hard. No, it's probably soft. He's like a gut boy. He's like gut boy 2.0. Your mom used to do that? Oh boy. I didn't know that Samurai Champloo. No wonder Pete's like Samurai Champloo because when I think of Samurai Champloo, it's a classic. And I would never think Pete's would actually like it because he really doesn't like shonen stuff as in like young adult male anime where yeah, anything aimed at like a male audience with like coupled with action or violence, he typically doesn't like. He likes his cutie pie storylines.
Shouldn't be in that 7 second plate, but it had been 7 hours. Yeah, been there. Michelle, what I will probably do is bust down near Christmas, spend a day, and then bust back the next day. Yeah, Samurai Champloo, great show. That one makes heavy use of hip hop
Hey,
music.
Cowboy Dog.
They really incorporated hip hop music into the
AMJ
the
TGIF.
texture of the show. Healed from your beatdown. Glad to hear it. Hey, Gargoyle Girl.
Facts,
It
Miri.
does.
Shonen is good.
And
Isekai is
Carol
good.
and Tuesday. I was just about to mention Carol and Tuesday, maybe. That show is like literally about music. So Watanabe is a guy who really, really focuses on the soundtracks. And
Mhm.
such good shows. The Girl Who Left Her Time. I have not seen that one.
Just like Foodie sets her tripod on top of her gut. Really? What's he looking for now? Welcome
Code
everybody
Geass?
to
No,
the
I've
show.
never watched Code Geass. Code Geass.
Is that how you say
Uh,
Code Geass or is it Code Geese? Or Code
Michaela,
Geass?
you're lovely. You're lovely, and hope you feel better soon, Michaela.
I was watching that anime for a little while, like Lelouch. I like it. It's old
Specifically,
school.
Huber's friend, Michaela. Ghost in the Shell. I watched one of the Ghost in the Shell movies.
Hey, choose happiness.
So Geese,
What's up?
Michiko Tohachin. There's honestly quite a bunch that I do want to watch. I really want to get around to watching
Michael says it's Gias. Okay, so it's Code Gias. Okay, gotcha.
Lady Hokusai. Is it Lady Hokusai? Hosukai?
It's a very good anime. Carrying that much in your gut is dangerous. It is. It is a sign that you have too much fat buildup, especially in a dangerous place. Like if he carried fat on his hips, it's different. If he carry fat around your stomach. That means your organs are encased in fat, and it's very dangerous for your organs to be cased in fat. How many participants in his chat?
Don't
Deb,
remember the name of it off the top of my head.
we're not live right now, Deb, but when he was streaming, he had about 130 or so, 150 people when I was checking.
But it's about it's about a real woman, a painter. She was like the daughter of a very successful painter, and she became a painter herself. So the lady, I say the lady Hokusai, but it might be like Hosuke or something like that.
And who's this person? Peetz and I would definitely not get along in terms of anime we want to watch. Like his anime, I would not want to watch. He seems like he would love Fruit Basket.
Hokusai?
Who likes Fruit Basket
Okay.
here?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hey, Ghost
So I
Bird.
do want to watch that. I also want to watch Penguin Highway. That's that I want to watch.
Are you serious? I
Can I
haven't.
help you think of a movie that I can't think of? It was Miyazaki and it outgrows Titanic. Miyazaki movie that outgrows Titanic? That I'm not sure about. I know
Sub Janine?
Spirited Away obviously won an Academy Award. Ponyo was a huge hit. Do you remember anything else about it, AR? The Wind Rises? Look at that one. That one's pretty good. I did see
Why don't people just Google it? Google it, Pete's.
Porco Rosso. I haven't watched Porco Rosso yet. Yeah, The Wind Rises was a pretty good one. I really liked the romance in The Wind Rises.
He would like that.
I
Kimi
did see once
Nitrodake.
a thread by a Japanese American woman,
Stop
Wendy
Antoinette.
Shu, who I think is Japanese American. Pretty sure. Castle in the Sky. Yeah, Castle in the Sky is really good. I did watch Grave of the Fireflies. I watched the English dub of it.
Holy crap, I have no idea what these movies. Okay, I know Spirited Away, I know Princess Mononoke, I know about Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service, My Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo, Castle in the Sky, Porco Rosso, The Wind Rises. Even though I've never watched
Dub with the
any of
voice they
these,
got for the little girl was terrible.
these are not my type of things to watch here.
Thanks, Kimikaze. Anyway, yeah. Nikki Finn, you've been a lot of fun to watch recently. Love the effort you've been putting out with cooking and cleaning. Thank you very much,
Blasphemous.
Nikki Finn.
Okay.
Anyway, what I'm saying is The Wind
Internet.
Rises. So I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's Wendy Shu is Japanese American. She wrote a really interesting Twitter thread about The Wind Rises. Tez, welcome. Thank you. She was not a fan of the way it kind of whitewashed the protagonist's role in what Japan did in World War II. What was the dude's name?
Awesome, Mary. Congrats, Deb W. That's awesome. That your granddaughter is choosing an orange over an M&M. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jiro Horikoshi.
All right, Mary. Maybe I will watch Studio Ghibli or Ghibli stuff. I'll try. Maybe I'll start with Spirited Away, and then maybe I'll go deeper. How about that? I'll start with Spirited Away, then maybe Princess Mononoke after, then Howl's Moving Castle, then Kiki's Delivery Service, then maybe Castle in the Sky. Who knows? Foodie Beauty most probably will be in a rage after this. I think so. I think there's some element to jealousy because the way how she thinks is that if Peetz is getting something, then it's taken away from her. Miss Hellraiser, what's up? How you doing? welcome to the show. It's kind of sad that that's her thinking, but I do believe so. Oh, nice.
So yeah, like she did take issues with the ways
Right, ABC.
with the way it's sort of
Has she addressed the Holy
like I said,
Trinity? Yeah, she addressed it yesterday. She practically said that people come and go, and if she really didn't like it because she said that they were with her through all the bad times when she was very detrimental to her health and self-destructive. Self-destructive is the word she used. They were with her when she was self-destructive, but now that she's trying to make her life better, they want to move on, and she didn't like or understand that. Which, yeah, I get it, but some people, just get get fed up. They have enough. Maybe they feel like Salah is doing the same thing that Nader did. So even though she might see it as doing better, she also thought she was doing better with Nader as well. Because remember, Nader was supposed to cook the meals for her and help her exercise, and then that didn't happen. So when she comes home, if she comes home in the next few days or a month, is she gonna be speaking in positives the same way she was before? Because remember, when she moved into this luxury villa, it was all positive as well. Like all these things, such as this place is amazing. It has like a pool. It has a gym. It's in this area. Hey, Ami Ami. Hey, Grandma Smurf. What's up? How you doing?
was a little bit of a apologia for
Yeah, I've been seeing them. I'm gonna have to check if they specifically joined, but I have seen them regularly now in the chat speaking to each other. So at least he's getting a decent amount of people in his chats.
a bit of a whitewash on that particular guy's role in
Take care, Rick Sanchez. You gotta head out. It's all good. TGIF. Have a happy Friday. Have a good one. Smash that like button on your way out. Everybody loves Rick and Morty.
World War II. Uh, I mean, not recently.
Salah
So
will
I
ruin
thought
her
that was
life.
really like, and like I read her thread about it before I'd actually watched the movie. Okay, yeah, I can repost the thread. I can repost the link. I don't know if that'll MJ. I have no idea if it'll work on iPhone or not, but there's the link. Do I like putting squash in my water? No. Hey, Bubbles. You're on an iPhone? Well, there you go. If the link doesn't work for you,
Really, he's just gonna give up like that. Hey,
do
Nightmare.
I like putting water in my squash? I don't like
Welcome.
squash.
How you doing?
Pin the link?
Nice
Yeah, I
to
probably
see ya.
should. How do I do that? There we go.
Oh boy.
Link is pinned for now. Celtic! Hello, Celtic Forest Fairy. Welcome to my memberships. Just finished your turkey meal? Cool. Sorry, Jenna, I missed you saying it. I must have been looking at something else. I was probably looking at something on Wikipedia when you suggested it, Jenna. Sorry.
So you're saying the new Bleach is out? I gotta catch up. Do you like Bleach? Of course, I've been watching Thousand Year. What was it called? Why am I getting this mixed up? Of course, I've been watching the latest Bleach. Thousand Year Blood War. Yes. TYBW. Wig Wrecker
Amy,
Pandu.
I see
What's
your
up?
question. Give me a second to scroll up. I think I might
Hey, taking my spirit back. What's up?
have missed your question. No, Amy, man, I did not see your question. Ooh. Freedom Deep, thank you. Hello. Honking for attention, yep. The House Castle. I haven't read any of the House Castle books. I've read the first Kiki's Delivery Service book.
Hey, Dan Woods.
The rest don't seem to be easily available. I was gonna put them on my Barnes and Noble wish list, but
Diane again, welcome.
they don't seem to be available on there. So that is a horn outside. Oh, Mariska Hargitay. I don't even know who that is, Amy Mans. Kimikaze, hello, thank you. Welcome.
Jack H.
Kiki is good. I did post a review of a couple months ago. I posted a review of Kiki's Delivery Service, the book.
I also heard Nader has been live active once again. I heard he's been striking a few channels that have been covering him. Same thing, different day. He was live 11 hours ago, over a 3-hour plus stream.
It was a good book, and I honestly wouldn't mind reading the rest of the Kiki books. But I don't know if they're even translated. Like, genuinely, I don't know if they're even translated. Do I like dystopian fiction? Not particularly hippie, honestly. I'm not something that I really go for. Hey, Gail. Bubbles? It goes to me. This channel is linked to my account. MG, holy shit. I have to go, but so happy and proud of you for cleaning, cooking, applying for jobs, taking care of the cats, and expanding your channel. The vibe has been so awesome lately. Good night. Thank you so much, MG. Slices in the chat for MG.
MG, how much? Oh, that's a pretty cute. That's cute. Slices in the chat because they're part of his crew, the pizza crew. $20. That's cute. Slices in the chat. I like that.
Thank you very much, and good night. When signing up for memberships, will I get a peek of that hiney? No, Madison.
Exactly. Our Brownstein Peetz is thriving and surviving. You heard the Trinity forced them. Sure, if you want to use that word, forced. I think it's actually a really good idea that he got these memberships. Get money. If people want to support you, people want to support you.
How's Moving Castles good?
Why not?
Movie left out. I mean, yeah, it's what Miyazaki does. Like whenever Miyazaki does a movie based on a book, it is very loosely based on that book. Ponyo is very loosely based on Little Mermaid. Kiki's Delivery Service, very loosely based on the book. Like it takes scenes from the books, but it changes, like it adds a narrative, so it changes a lot.
Very true,
and
Mary.
Janet So Fresh, welcome.
We're gonna go forward.
Here we're gonna the animation didn't really bug me too much. Blondie, welcome.
Really?
I did get used to the animation. Rachel, hey, welcome. But it was still not a particularly good movie.
It's almost every single stream he talks about Studio Ghibli stuff. Does she know the Trinity's over with Peetz now? Yes, she's known for a few days now. People have been telling her that they've been citing Plain Cheeseburger, Ashley Lambeau, and Sofa King in Peetz's chats.
Like, it's still one of the weaker Ghibli efforts.
Diane again says some of the stuff Nader had to say was super gross and sounded like he's trying to get foodie back from Salah. I was hearing that.
Nisi popped in to give a view. Thank you.
But
good night, Nisi.
What else is he going to talk about? If he's cooking, who else does he talk about? It would always.
Can new members get? No, hey, BB, I'm not doing that. Hugh Jass, welcome. Always nice to have a huge ass around, you know? Who doesn't appreciate a nice, huge ass?
That's going forward.
Favorite thing to do is ride a scooter at Walmart and touch all the candles and handbags. What was for supper? Spaghetti. Ar. I had leftover spaghetti sauce from last night, so I just put together some spaghetti. Cooked up some spaghetti.
ABC says Nader is waiting for Chantel to get back, and he will be inviting her over,
Put
most
the sauce
likely.
on top.
Thanks for
Bing,
listening,
bang,
Crush
boom.
Powers. Appreciate it.
What's my grocery called? Independent is the one that I go to, that I use. Independence Grocer.
I still haven't watched the translation that who did it again? Mo Translates did, because I was hearing that Nader was saying a lot of mean and nasty things about Salah. We shall see if he actually listened
So it's actually
to that
Lamborghini
stream.
James Walker.
He invited Peetz over
Come on,
for
ugly.
dinner on his live last night.
Stuff. Lambo.
You think Peetz is gonna go to Natter's place after the police was almost called when Natter was over at Peetz's place? How the hell's Peetz gonna get all the way to Montreal? I know it's actually an easy trip because Peetz just has to take maybe a bus, or he has to take one local bus that brings him to Byward Market area, and then he has to take a bus from there or a ride share. It's actually not super hard to get into Montreal, but Peetz would probably freak.
Lambo hasn't been here yet tonight. Hey, Sunshine Granny.
Hey, Blondie.
Because he started breaking down boxes. I'll try to get more done in the next few days.
They need to collab. They don't like each other, remember?
Lambie is busy having 23rds. Hey, Georgia Peach.
Okay, that's what he said. They don't get along, but he will help. Okay, sure.
No mercy. Oh, it's not even on camera. No mercy.
True, Diane. I remember that. The halva.
Have I seen or read anything? No, AR. I've never read any of Junji Ito's stuff. I respect his craft, but it's not for me. It's not the kind of thing that appeals to me. Georgia Peach, welcome. All right, bye, ugly. Okay, good night, Breaking Insanity Cycle. House of Leaves, I have not. Oh, last night I did finally get caught up on a couple of webcomics that have that I fell behind on. So yeah, last night what I actually did, I couldn't remember all the webcomics that I hadn't checked in a while. So
Okay.
what I actually there were a bunch on my old computer. I had a ton of webcomics bookmarked that
So he does spend his day watching, reading comic books. One Bourbon, one Scott says maybe Peetz and Etta will form a temporary alliance to break up Chantel's marriage.
That I forgot to track down. So last night I charged up my my old laptop enough for me to get onto the for me to turn it on and check my bookmarks. Hey, catch me. I'm okay. Hey, Madison.
All right, we're going forward.
So yeah, I joined the membership right after. There's a dead caterpillar in this box. It was a very tiny one. It was a really tiny one.
True, Janine. Neither one drives. Neither one has a license.
Did it try to make you do 100? No, Hugh. No updates, actually. Like, it didn't push through any updates. It's an old computer. Like, it was an old laptop. I personally enjoyed the Junji Ito collection that I think Netflix or Crunchyroll had. Yeah, I'm not really into horror in general, AR. Like, I'm just not keen on horror in general. So Junji Ito, just not my thing. Anyway, so yeah, went on, looked up some of the
We're gonna go forward. As Lindsay says, Nads is mad about the lentil soup. Yeah, I did see that, and the lakmes because she said she never had them before. Yeah, she was eating tons of lakmes from Nader, as well as he was also mad about the halva because he did give her halva as well.
No, it wasn't a centipede. It was very definitely a caterpillar, but just a very small one. Frankenstein. I did read Frankenstein back in high school.
I've never read any Junji Ito stuff, even though
So
I am
yeah,
into
like,
horror.
because what it was, like, there was one webcomic in particular that I could not remember the name of. For the life of me, just could not remember the name of it. And like, I tried to find it on Google, was just having no luck finding it. And so finally, like, I went into, turned on my old computer, went into my bookmarks, and just like,
Hey, Just I.
so
What's
any
up?
of the webcomics that I actually, give a shit about continuing to follow, I sort of bookmarked on my new computer. Not a fan of the host now. So yeah,
He knows he can always do a thing such as make sure whatever is on any of his other devices show up on any device he's currently using.
finally got caught up on a few. Wait, Cyanide and Happiness got banned?
Take care, Ami Ami. Have a good one.
Really, Kira? What happened to my arm? Oh, it's just it was a burn a few days ago.
You like Natter pissed off?
Why did it get banned? Kugarelli, thank you. So yeah, I did finally catch up on some of the webcomics that I haven't read in a good few years. I got caught up on them because they hadn't updated.
So it seems 20 hours ago, Reddit said that the creator of Cyanide and Happiness banned from Musk's Twitter. Okay. So it seems the comic Cyanide and Happiness has been running since 2005.
Yeah, the webcomic that I was
Never heard of
really
it.
trying to remember
Say
was
Sadbizer.
Love Me Nice. I was trying to remember that because a few months ago, because it actually updated just a few months ago. Like, I remembered a few months ago, seeing on Twitter that it had finally updated after like 3 years, after 2 or 3 years. And so I was like, shit, I've probably missed a bunch more updates since then. No, I haven't. Peter Beauty, can you call Sofa King a jive turkey? Sofa King, apparently you are a jive turkey.
Does he even know what that means?
Dylan Campbell, wishing you well. Thank you very much, Dylan Campbell.
Oh, he got permanently off Twitter. Okay. I wonder why.
Yeah. Kind of disappointed that Love Me Nice hasn't actually updated since the one from a few months ago.
All right, let's go forward.
And for the Ghibli Park, New York City ignored me 95% of the time. I've accepted it.
What is a jive turkey? It is a term used to describe somebody as a fool, a chump, a target for jiving. So that just means you're basically an idiot. That's what it means. Hey, Queen, Miss Latin Stars, how you doing?
Oh, sorry, Sapphire. Where else? Where else would I really like to visit?
I see Blondie Elon did not like what he said. Gotcha.
Do I like cheese? Yeah, cheese is okay. Been to the U.S.? No, I've never really been to the U.S. Chicago to New York City. Hey, Battleborn Fox, welcome. Hugh, like really, what I want to do, like, I want to check out Broadway. I want to check out the touristy shit in New York. You know,
Thank you, Queen, Miss Latin Stars. He wants to go to New York. Well, he probably will have to bring Chantal with him if he really wants to go to New York City. It is very bustling there and it can be overwhelming when you go to New York, even if you've been to big cities. Like New York is, especially when you take the bus and you go outside and there's people all over the place, like cars, taxis,
New
honking.
York's got some great touristy shit. Chicago does seem like a great city. Sweden, wouldn't mind.
Chicago is a pretty good city, even though it has its bad parts, but too much of its bad parts overwhelms and overshadows this good
Mind
parts.
it. Would
Right?
I ever do a meetup? I don't know.
He won't leave his room or go anywhere outside to a place that he hasn't been before unless it's with Chantal. Remember this, people. When Peetz goes out and it's a new place, he never wants to go there alone. There is a reason for that. You can't
It
picture
might feel
Peetz
weird
in
to me.
NYC. Could you
Hey, look,
picture Peetz? He has like, remember if Peetz was a rapper, he could be like Packin' Peetz. That's his rap name, Packin' Peetz. He has a bandana on, a chain. Maybe you could borrow Chantel's boss chain. We haven't seen that in a while. I wonder if he's on the floor somewhere.
Lori. New York's so fun.
Would I ever consider a Hot Springs tour in Canada? Of course.
Oh, it does seem like really fun. Times Square is smelly AF in the summer. Yeah. Does happen to have the best pizza. I will say, like, you ever want assistance in figuring out what to do, let me know. I mean, I'm sure, like, if I ever get the chance to go to New York, I think there'll be a lot of things that, like, I'll know what I want to do. I don't want to go to Chicago anymore. Too dangerous. Not really. Chicago's nowhere near as dangerous as conservatives make it out to be.
It really isn't, because we did take a look at the most dangerous cities in the USA, and Chicago, in fact, is not number one. We can look at it again. We even looked at the most dangerous cities in Ontario or Canada overall, and the cities that you think would be dangerous, like the big cities, they're actually not. So people have this stereotype like Toronto and Montreal and Vancouver, Victoria, BC, Calgary, Edmonton would be like dangerous, but they're not. It's like the small town or like the mini cities are typically like areas, places you never expect to be dangerous are dangerous.
My source on that, by the way, is people who actually fucking live in Chicago. McDonald's in Kentucky has the best Diet Coke. I'll take your word on that. Hey, Mimi. New York City seems fun, but I want to go. Yeah, neither would I. I'm not comfortable going anywhere alone, really. So hookers in New York City, nice. And the sidewalks are sparkly at night, nice.
What?
You should go to Chicago. It's not so bueno.
It
I
is
mean,
bueno.
Chicago does seem like a really nice city. Ireland
Of
would be
course,
nice.
of course, I would Grandma Smurf. I'd go to Canadian Rockies, Vancouver, and Victoria Island. Invite James to go hot spring jumping. Go do it. I wish. Stranger danger, remember? So it seems here there's a study that says the Lou, aka St. Louis, is the most dangerous, followed by Detroit, then Memphis. I get Memphis. That area like Tennessee area with Missouri, like that, like Midwest area. For some reason, crime is always, um, yeah, like Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas. I'm not even trying to hate. I'm just saying, Oklahoma area is like very big for crime for some reason. Well, the homes
sister
are
and her kid
really nice, and the homes are cheaper than where you would get other places of the world.
went to the Macy's parade for the first time. They had a blast. Nice.
Don't come to the Midwest.
I will actually say this: Chicago is apparently incredibly laid out, well laid out.
Hey, Vetfem.
Israel,
Chicago is incredibly laid out, where you could be laid out, Peetz. It's
New York
laid
has
out
hot dogs. Yep.
to be
Yeah,
laid
like
out.
Chicago, apparently, like just it's very livable. That's what I've heard, and like just the fact that it's like laid out on a grid is incredible. Frankly, cities are never laid out on grids. The Golden Mile is beautiful to see the stores, and then the coastline is lovely with everything you would want to see.
I love the Golden Mile. Or was it the Golden Mile? I thought it was the Magnificent Mile. Let me check. Is it called the Golden Mile Chicago or the Magnificent? Okay, it's actually both. It's called the Golden Mile, aka the Magnificent Mile.
Yeah,
LA's a grid, yeah,
I've always wanted to visit
it
just to
is.
see the giant bean.
I did see the giant bean. I touched the
I don't know who
giant
would want to
bean
live in Chicago. It sucks.
in that garden.
Again, it's my understanding is that it's actually like a really nice city.
It is an amazing city.
There's a couple people I follow on Twitter who live there. One in particular, C. Spike Trotman, the founder and owner of Iron Circus Comics. She lives in Chicago, and she absolutely loves Chicago. She
We're going forward. We don't want to hear anything.
like in Cincinnati
We don't want
and
to hear that.
spent a lot of time, or Cleveland. Sorry, Cleveland. Said it in Cleveland. I think it was Cleveland that he said it in.
Lindemann says James needs yoga and portion control. He
Doing just the
does.
real shit. Oh, absolutely. I have never heard anything good about Cleveland.
Hey, Fluff. Yeah, Cleveland was Cleveland was a very dangerous city for years and years and years. For some reason, Cleveland was like one of the cities that a lot of people are like, you do not want to go to Cleveland. And you would never have imagined before that Cleveland was going to be so bad. It's still up there. It's still in the top 10.
like everything I've ever heard about Cleveland is that it's kind of a shithole. And that's, I mean, that seems to have been a meme for decades. Ohio is a shithole. Cleveland is a shithole. Are we talking about places to visit or live? Either way. But like, hey, J Dot. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, like I remember old comic Steve Gerber was
Shira says you don't want to mess with Detroit. Of course, Cleveland has many drug cartel stuff. Okay, that's why.
the writer for Howard the Duck, and he actually set Howard the Duck in Cincinnati and spent a lot of time, or Cleveland, sorry, Cleveland. Set it in Cleveland. I think it was Cleveland that he set it in. And a lot of jokes were about
Thanks, Blondie.
how shitty Cleveland is.
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
On the other hand, I suppose Drew Carey, well, even the Drew Carey show never really tried to make Cleveland seem like a cool city. Never tried to make it seem like a nice city. Divine Abundance. Hope everyone has had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My newborn and I, oh, nice. Congratulations. Are on the street tonight after leaving her dad, who was caught with a man. Need a hotel being 80, her formula 30. Oh.
You think it's in her name, but he
Well,
co-signed?
okay, that
I don't think so. But sure.
that got significantly
We can have
sadder as I went on. I love my Cincinnati.
They
At
did
least
do
the Lions
discredit.
play every Thanksgiving. And don't they get their asses kicked every Thanksgiving?
What are you hitting on the Lions for?
Bengals are actually doing pretty damn well this season. Congratulations to them. Wolverines are very supportive of my household. I mean, that just makes me think of comic books. Logan and Laura and Gabby and Dakin and Jonathan.
Yikes! So it seemed the Detroit Lions got their asses handed to them yesterday by the Buffalo Bills, 28-25.
The Lions suck just like everything in Detroit.
Go figure.
Sweden and Canada might be a little bit similar, at least when it comes to the nature. A lot of mooses here too. So as far as that goes, Ellie, Canada has a wide range of nature. I think Canada has some more ecosystems than Sweden might. Got like a wider range of
Right, Dan?
stuff. I'm
If
an Atlanta
only.
native and shit is wild here. I can believe it. Michigan versus Ohio. Who do I choose for college football? I don't care, Sofa.
That's actually a hard choice. Yeah,
It's so
Michigan
weird to me
versus
that
Ohio.
college football is such a huge thing. And even fucking high school football is a big thing in the US.
It is.
I hate football. Yeah, I've never given a shit about football.
Here, football isn't that big, but hockey, of course, hockey's big, but not at the level as in the States, right? Like the States, you guys take your sports super serious. We do take sports here seriously too, but never at like a level where college football is big. Like sororities here are not a huge thing, but you guys love sororities.
Yeah, it's so weird to me just how big school sports are in the US, specifically football. College and even fucking high school. It's big money, which the players get fucking none of course.
Curling is a thing to you guys? Yeah, curling is a
Someplace
thing.
that's all they got going. Yeah, but I went to University of Michigan, so it means a lot to me. It is really fucking shitty that
Love that you love the thumbnail, Sasha.
hey, just Jamie. High school and college football are huge moneymakers, and the players get exactly jack shit of that money.
I would have a lot to say to that because okay, I'm not actually even sure how much would a college football how much do they even make? But at least a lot of these guys that are in college football stuff, they're trying to make it to the pros, right? And everybody wants to go to the NFL. So with that said, a lot of these guys think it as a sacrifice, right? They're sacrificing whatever they okay, so here it is. NCAA as of November 18th, literally a week ago, the average annual pay for a NCAA football in the United States is $35,705 a year. I mean, that's not too bad. There are teachers that make about that much. So is it that bad? And then you have the chance to go pro.
Just Jamie, welcome. The reality is it actually doesn't really seem to go to anyone else either. What do Europeans call soccer? Football? Because it's a you kick a ball with your foot. I think that's sort of the reasoning. It's a game where you play with a ball and your foot.
He does look like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He does. Like with except the hair. Carl's hair isn't long. So if he had short hair or if Carl had long hair, it would be a match.
Stephanie Van Hellowen, thank you very much. If I would visit Canada, where should I go? I mean, depends on what you want to see.
Right, exactly, Mirror Sparkle. the added incentive free college if you you do your doing your sports thing that you got a scholarship for.
Toronto and Montreal are both really nice. Are both really good touristy cities. Montreal's good. Definitely Montreal's worth visiting. BC
Good vibes, Ashing Graves.
is probably worth visiting, especially if you really like nature. BC's got a lot of big trees.
Big trees. We got
Um,
yo, don't come to BC, boy, without yo without your heater, cause we got big trees. We got big trees in BC. Don't come around here unless you scurb them big trees.
Toronto is Hockey Hall of Fame, so if you care about that. And Toronto is Canada's biggest city, so obviously, it's got stuff going on there. Montreal is probably our most cultural city, if I'm honest. Ottawa as the capital, it's got some cool stuff worth seeing. Bear in mind, Canada's a really big country.
Are you taking my spirit back?
Like Ottawa to Toronto is like 4 hours on the road.
Ottawa to okay.
Zambo?
Yeah.
I assume she's just busy tonight, Miss Danny.
We got
So-
big trees in Canada.
We have nothing but Parliament. I mean, there's Parliament, but I mean, no, I mean, there's some nice, there's some other nice stuff in Ottawa Corps. Toronto's the cleanest city I've been to. Canal, yeah, we got the canal.
He just needs a gold chain and a white tank top. Yes, somebody supply me. Well, you can always use Foodie Beauty's boss chain. She ain't wearing it anymore. Whatever happened to that doll that her grandmother had? I can't believe Foodie Beauty just threw it on the floor. That is just disgusting behavior. I could never.
Hey, lady son. Have I been? No, not even close, Rick. I've been to Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, Kingston, Edmonton, and Medicine Hat. Lambeau's in London.
Wow. Look at you.
Football's everything in the U.S. Yeah, I've noticed. What I ate for supper? Just some spaghetti, Linda.
I totally can picture Peetz in Foodie Beauty's boss chain like a boss. We got big trees.
Yeah, I've been to is Luxembourg. Victoria's really nice. Been to the bridge that connects Detroit and Canada. No further yet. Come to Buffalo. It's basically Canada.
No. Stop. Who said that?
I am not, Rick. I'm sort of talking about.
Peace needs a makeover,
I don't
yes.
fucking know what you're trying to get at. Fucking whatever. I talked about places that I have been to and said that, Montreal is great. Toronto is our biggest city, so it's got touristy shit.
He does need some fruit and veggies in his diet. That complexion is bad. Real pale.
Ottawa's our capital, so it's got some touristy shit.
You know what Pete should do? He should try out for a vampire movie or a play. He would totally get the gig. Got the complexion down already. You don't need nothing else.
BC is big on tourism.
Pale Pete's. Pale Pete's for the win.
Montreal's very good. It is. Montreal is in Quebec. Montreal is in Quebec, so it is a French city. You can generally get by. You can still sort of generally get around speaking English.
Right, Sad Beezer?
For the most part.
Yeah,
But,
Pete's would know.
Yeah, it is a French city, but I would argue that it's I would guess that it's probably the most sort of cultural place in Canada. Because you got old Montreal.
You want to hit Peetz with some here AF and see if he can get some of that to come back? What do you mean? You know when people say like put here on places? I remember Beavis and Butthead how they used to use their pube hairs to like do beards. Can you imagine? Montreal is more Anglo.
Can't even imagine how big Canada is.
Well, West Montreal has a very good Anglo
I've
area.
never been outside Europe. Oh, absolutely. Ellie, yeah. Uh, yeah. Compared to Europe, like Canada is bigger than like the entirety of Europe. Like it's
Yeah, Canada is big.
hey, Nat B from Canada. Oh, and welcome, Nat B from Canada.
We got big trees.
I've never been to Nova Scotia, but I've heard that it's really nice. I have heard that Nova Scotia is really nice.
Nova Scotia is
Hot Springs
beautiful.
tour.
But for some reason, like the crime in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick is getting really bad. Sup, Marie? How you doing? Smash that like button, people.
Second biggest country in the world. Yep. UK. I've never been anti-American UK. So yeah, it's Wade Bowen fan. Welcome. Isn't Montreal making French their official language or something? I think that is something that Quebec has been sort of debating.
Oh, I see. Here, AF is like Rogaine, but works better. Okay. Gotcha. Superato.
Friends in Toronto. Over 2 years waiting for a family doctor. Yeah, that's a problem in Ontario. Throughout Ontario, Big Berta. And it's not getting any better under Doug Ford. And room tour. One of my earliest videos, Mason, was a room tour. Oh, good night, alien tourist. I have to mention I've been to Spain, France, UK, Italy. Yeah, I mean, like Europe. Drive for a couple hours and you're in another country.
What's this putz up to? He's calling people jive turkey, or he's calling Sofa King a jive turkey.
Okay.
What does he care? He never leaves his home, right? He has so many things to talk about, but he never wants to leave his house.
Yeah. Russia is the biggest country in the world, and then Canada is second. Does that have a lot to say about American politics? Doesn't mean I'm anti-American.
Sup, Amy Judy? No worries. Have you missed much?
Yeah,
Not
it's
really.
like
We got a whole nother 2 hours to go.
our smallest province, Prince Edward Island, is like the size of England. And I think like a chunk of Scotland as well. It's the size of England and some Scotland. I'm not sure the exact size, but yeah, it's that. When you live in Europe, it's you get around and it's.
That is false. The United Kingdom is 43 times larger than Prince Edward Island. I have it right here. It's called comparea.org. Compares PEI Prince Edward Island to the United Kingdom, and the UK is 43 times larger. Because I'm like, that don't make no sense, Peetz. You're bullshitting, Peetz. Should we hear it again? Yeah, we're gonna hear this again. This is BS. Sup, Melly Belly? How you doing?
Yeah, it's like
Do I live near Peetz?
our smallest province.
Yeah, if in a sense I do live kind of near Peetz, maybe just a couple hours away, but that's pretty close in Canadian sense.
Prince Edward Island.
But
It-
even if I scale it down, and he did say England, not the UK, but how much of the UK is England? I'm sure the UK isn't 43 times, like 1 out of 43 off the UK. It's not. It's a pretty good portion of the United Kingdom. So when we do the math and factor it all in, it's bullshit.
is like the size of England.
PEI.
I think like a chunk of Scotland as well. It's the size of England and
Yeah,
so Scotland. I'm not sure the exact size,
England is much bigger than PEI.
but yeah,
I will check.
it's that. When you live in Europe, it's you get around and it's a few hours will get you pretty much anywhere in any given country. It is not true.
That is not true.
Say like in Europe, a few hours will get you pretty much anywhere in any given country. In Canada, a few hours will get you a few inches across the map.
Okay, it says here England accounts for just over half, 53% of the total area of UK, covering 130,395 square kilometers, which is the equivalent of 50,350 square miles. So instead of saying 53%, we'll say half. So when it says here that that the United Kingdom is 43 times larger than PEI, effectively, we can say that that England is 21 times larger than the PEI, since England is 53% of the UK.
And Janet's so fresh. Thank you very much, Aunt
Peace,
Janet's so
birth
fresh.
talent.
You seem happier lately, and I'm living for it.
Per
Like
capita,
it
right?
is just ridiculous how big this country is.
It is a big country, though. Because when I think of drive-in, when I say to somebody, "Oh, we could drive over to this person's place," and they're like, "How far is it?" I'm like, "An hour and a half." They're like, "That is far," but for some people, it seems like it's just normal to drive that long. Other people are like, "No."
Just the receipts. Have your own AdSense? Yes, I do. Yeah, I've got my own AdSense. Lady Sunflower, welcome. So
I think he should wear shirts. Maybe he doesn't like the feeling of certain areas of shirts
give an example.
touching his body.
Terry Fox, Canadian icon. He
Okay.
was a cancer victim. He had come up with the idea of running across Canada
Yes.
to raise funds for cancer research.
Yes. Terry
Uh,
Fox is celebrated here.
so he started from St. John's, Newfoundland. Ended up in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
Like Forrest Gump, except like, for a good cause.
Yes.
So yeah,
Terry Fox is a hero.
143 days, over
Running.
3,300 miles.
Peetz, you left out the part that he only has one leg.
He made it like a quarter of the way, if
did.
that. Fork Sniffers Anonymous, going to hop off. Just want to say thank you for a cool chat.
He
Nice
looks-
job tackling all the things. See you soon.
He
Thank you,
looks
Fork Sniffers. Good night.
6 months pregnant. He does.
Terry Fox running early in school. Oh, absolutely, Corpse. Yeah, absolutely was. Would I ever do something like that? No, I don't have that in me. So yeah, like just think about that. 3,300 miles, 143 days. Not even made it like a quarter of the way across the country.
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous. Our country is too fucking big. Thanks,
Terry Fox
Simone.
is a hero.
I would have made it 5 miles. Oh no, absolutely. I wouldn't be able to do that.
We're going back. He missed, like, there's a lot of things P should have said. One of the things is that Terry Fox, once again, hero. Um, like he was raising stuff for cancer research. Like Terry Fox is amazing. I can't believe he did all of that, especially back in the day when your leg replacements weren't so dynamic is the word I'll use. They weren't so great, but he was doing his thing. And now we have a
Yeah,
Terry
he was
Fox
basically doing a marathon a day.
run
He was
every
doing a
year.
marathon each day. And that's how far he got. You look at a map and he barely went anywhere. Do I know when Chantel's coming back? I know when she is. I know what her initial plan was. We'll see.
Really?
I mean, it'll kind of depend a little bit on her, how she feels.
Really?
We have people walk the length of the country for charity all the time. Yeah. Like, that is so easy to do in Europe.
What is she doing with these plane tickets if it's all depends on how she feels? If she changed it to the end of the month and now we're gonna change it back, I wonder how much it's actually costing her to keep changing this, unless it's free. Because some airlines have that where you could change your ticket as long as you have this extra service. Because I know I have a friend that goes places a lot, and he always gets that service just in case he wants to not go into a country at a certain time, and he doesn't want him to. He doesn't want the ticket to continually cost him a lot of money.
UK especially, the United Kingdom in particular, walking across the country, nothing. That's nothing.
Right? Open round trip tickets can be sort of cheap. It's a good idea. Qatar is very customer friendly. Okay. Original plan was, yeah, the 28th. Then I heard it got moved to the end of this month. Then I think, like I said,
Emotional fly.
I think she's moved it again.
I mean, that's not something I'm going to comment on.
Sup, Edna? Welcome. We're almost halfway through the stream.
Oh, actually, one other
already.
thing that I should mention about Terry Fox. Amputee.
Yes, that was the first
He was
thing
doing
you
it
should
with,
have mentioned.
he was doing it like that run he was doing. He had a prosthetic leg.
Yep.
So just for those who aren't familiar with him, yeah, he had a prosthetic leg.
And this was the 80s, so those prosthetics weren't that great back then, so it was even harder. He It's so, like, yeah, like, think about that. In the 80s, come on, in the 80s, do you know how hard it is to do that journey on a prosthetic back then?
And he was doing like a
When you
marathon each day. They didn't know he did on one leg with cancer. Yeah. I mean, some people don't. Of course. I mean, some people aren't. Some people will have never heard of Terry Fox.
fact session.
He's like, I mean, obviously he's an icon in Canada, particularly Eastern Canada, Ontario, and all that. I'm not sure if it's the same in other provinces. I honestly don't know if it's the same in other provinces. But yeah. Well, no, Rick. Now he's dead. Hey, Hoosier. The reason he didn't make it all the way across the country is because the cancer caught up to him and he died
Yeah.
by the time he reached Thunder Bay.
Yes, unfortunately, Janine Terry Fox died, as Peetz is saying. By the time he reached Thunder Bay on Ontario, the cancer took too much of a hold on him. So he was getting up every single day, and he was doing marathons every day while battling cancer. And that's hard because if you have cancer, cancer is very debilitating. There's a lot of people who can't even get out of bed, much less Terry Fox was doing it, probably also in a ton of pain, and was willing to do this run across Canada. It probably would have taken hundreds of days. In fact, he did go over like 100 and I think 50 something days, I believe it was, as Pete said, for the run. And then the cancer took hold in Thunder Bay.
Ontario, the cancer was catching up and he couldn't go any further. What a legacy. Yeah.
I knew a guy who cycled across Canada and he documented his trip. I think it took him how many days? He was doing about 150 kilometers times 30, 45. Did it take him a month or 2 or 3 months? I'm going to have to check. He was doing it on average about 150 kilometers a day. That's not that much when you really think about how big Canada is. What is he looking up? We're going to go forward.
Art, obviously.
All right, so Canada is 5,514 kilometers wide east to west. And that's the longest distance. So yeah. This guy knew he was doing about 150 to 200 kilometers a day. It all depends.
The way shootings are going, I won't be going shopping tomorrow. Fair enough.
He did it in 30 days.
I enjoy Black Friday since the penny.
Kelly Wade says, and there's Pizza. Able-bodied man moans about walking 10 minutes to a shop exactly and carrying his own groceries that he's going to eat.
It's not been as crowded. Some sales are usually 4 weeks before. Yeah.
Why does Auntie of Chantel think Peetz is the genius? Because probably Peetz regurgitates information he's read on Twitter and Reddit. And then the aunt thinks, oh my God, that is so, smart. You're a genius, Peetz, for regurgitating information you've read online. Which really nothing's wrong with that, because if we're going to read a book and then, we do tests, we are regurgitating information, right? But in a sense, Peetz also spreads misinformation, like saying PEI is bigger than England.
I enjoy
And
Black
it's
Friday
not.
since the penny. It's not been as crowded. Some sales are usually 4 weeks before. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, it's no. People call in for deals. People are like, calling in to get the good cell phone deals.
Yeah, exactly. Good cell phone deals and everything. Or sometimes you can even wait for like Boxing Day, or sometimes even in the new year they give you really good deals, because if things are not sold out or they have too much stock, they'll give like really good deals come January.
Black bean pasta today. It sucked. Fair enough.
Anybody called the gas
Remember when
station
people
before?
camp out for it? Yep.
Anybody called the gas station before and asked what their gas price is? If you did they tell you the price, or did they tell you they can't tell you the price? Has anyone ever done that?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on stories of like Black Friday fucking riots. Like that's the shit that it practically was.
I like the videos. I'm not gonna lie. I live for those videos of seeing when doors open and people are just rushing in.
Was fucking riots. Mr. Cannibal, does he come in here too?
DLF should turn over a new leaf and bike across America, raising money for charity on his tricycle, says Beaker. I mean, probably DLF could do it. You seen them legs, how skinny them legs are? Those are like some tone-defined legs.
Not very often, I don't think.
Them legs be defined.
But yeah, like, have I ever camped out for anything? No. actual camping, and even that was with an RV. But yeah, like for like Tickle Me Elmo or Beanie Babies, or whenever, you know, PS5s.
He's so specific. It's like Tickle Me
Black
Elmo.
Friday, I'm not about to get stampeded for 30% off plus tax. Yeah. Yeah, one thing was nuts. Yeah. Read stories every year about people dying, getting trampled. Yeah.
Oh, you have
Remember
an
seeing a
app?
clip on the news of a woman being knocked in a ball. Yeah, I mean that's the shit that I grew up hearing about. Miss Accountable Beauty too. Cabbage Patch Dolls. They are a little bit early for me to really remember any stories about them.
Nice,
Camped
Dan.
out 2 days for Madonna tickets.
I know that app.
Reasonable.
We're gonna go forward.
The customers being angry at me is not what traumatized me.
Oh
Like
boy.
people getting angry at me is not the problem I had. I can deal with anger. It's disappointment that always sort of got to me.
We're talking about his old job again. Here we go.
But anyway, yeah, it's Canada Post and the USPS deliver a high volume of mail at the best of times. Like even at their quiet, like even sort of in the quiet seasons,
Mm-hmm.
Canada Post and the USPS both deliver a shit ton of mail.
They do. What's Peetz's point?
Jordan? Oh, there's still quite a bit of box mantle left, Jordan. Don't worry.
I wish you the best. Positive vibes, speedy recovery, Ashen Graves.
Worked as a CCA for USPS for a while, and the amount of times people calling came to the mailbox to scream at me for their mail not coming made me quit. Yeah. Exactly, Steph. It's like I wanted to help people. I always wanted to help people, and when I couldn't give them the help they needed, it's like,
Hey Brandy, what's up?
that sucked.
How you doing? Welcome.
Um,
If you're a member of the channel, check out the community tab. New contest running ends December the 15th. Then after that, I'm gonna have a Christmas season contest. So we're gonna have at least 2 contests, so you can win a prize in December. So check that out. Also, check out my
but
90 Day
yeah,
Fiance stuff.
working for Canada Post during the holidays. Yeah, that was rough. It was rough getting. I mean, like it was basically all day, every day. People calling about, when's my package, and especially in the days right around Christmas.
Beaker said, "My wife worked same job as Peetz and left permanently due to stress." He's not lying. I'm so sorry to hear that, Beaker. Hopefully, your wife got something different. But yeah, it is a stressful job, especially Christmas time when people come in, people get angry, and they want somebody that they can yell at without much consequence. And usually, those people are like customer service people, especially on the phone. Because in real life, it's different than the phone, right? Because most people will yell at you over the phone than in real life. Because in real life, it's more personal. You can look at the person, you gauge their reactions, they know who you are, they know maybe where you live and stuff. Like it's very personal when you do it face to face. Over the phone it's impersonal. You are dehumanized in a sense.
The few days right before Christmas were particularly brutal. Because what's the estimate on What's the estimate on when it's going to get here? I need this before Christmas. We can't make any guarantees at this point. Porch pirates? I mean, yeah. Fake news. Yeah. I mean, we've got porch pirates up here.
Of course, we got Porch Pirates. What exactly was Pete's job? Customer service for Rogers. It's a telecommunications company.
So yeah, it was not a fun time. Not in the slightest. What do I do for a living now?
Thanks, Jenny.
I do this for a living right now, Ellie.
Yeah, Pete's. This
That's
is Pete's.
Amazon list. I don't like Amazon.
Wait a second, something just came to my mind. Why is Pete's yelling at people when he says he does this for a living? Isn't it kind of ironic, or should I say, as Megan Fox says, ironical? Isn't it ironic or ironical that Pete's yells at people on his channel and throws the F-bombs around when he's pissed? But yet he should know and understand how it's like to be yelled at and talked down to and removed and whatnot, be kind of helpless because he's the one who's running the channel, running the show. You know what I mean? Shouldn't he know firsthand how it feels like?
You're on virtual library, comics, things of your interest. And
You
each
talk.
download you in commission.
You talk on the phone and write emails every day. You get used to it. Yeah.
Songbooks. Lake Atman.
Was his cell bill covered before when he was working? I don't think so, Peach Cobbler.
The ones that I found, that seems to be pretty much exactly what it was like Atman. There was one that I actually did apply for. And it turned out that it was actually just a fucking survey thing.
Ooh.
One of those things where you fill out, 80 fucking, where if you fill out 100 surveys,
Yeah.
then
you get a
hey,
few
look,
bucks.
you've earned enough points for a $20 gift card.
Oh yeah, those survey things are terrible. Like the amount of surveys you got to fill out and do to even make any type of money is just wrong.
$9.99K. Cool.
Thank you, Shara. Appreciate it.
What data would I be entering? That I don't know. Husband is coughing equals I must go pay attention to him. It's nice to be in the chat a bit. Yeah, thanks for coming. Imagine having a husband.
You've been trapped into one of those, yeah?
Not for me. Couldn't be me. Lots of medical billers work from home. Yeah, but do you really want to work in medical billing?
It's a job, Peetz. It's a job. It pays. So why not?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that feels like... It's a cartoonist I follow. There's a cartoonist I read.
Welcome on,
Randy
Homecoming.
Milholland.
He doesn't Canadian vote. Kira, he didn't vote the last time. We had voting just last month in October, and he didn't go to the polls to vote, but he still talked shit. In fact, that same night that he didn't vote, he was talking shit about American politics. What a
He does the
hypocrite.
comic Something Positive. He actually also does the Sunday strips for Popeye these days.
Complete hypocrite.
Back in the early days when he was doing Something Positive, he worked for a company that billed people for ambulance rides. It's like his job involved calling people who'd gone to the hospital to charge them for the ambulance ride they took.
Oh, what a snake.
Unsurprisingly, the job made him absolutely fucking miserable. He hated it.
Exactly, Antonis. There's no ideal job.
Also, unsurprisingly, his boss was a fucking bastard. Which is not surprising at all, because I mean, anyone who would be the manager of at a place that bills people for ambulance rides can't be a good person. They pretty much have to be a sociopath by definition at that point.
He doesn't understand American politics. He thinks he does. Let's go forward. What's he talking about now?
Nothing much up, Great Lefty. Hey, Bree. Movie 9. I have not seen 9. Gaydar.
Huh? Has Peetz mentioned getting Master of Science of Library, MS, Master of Library Science? He says he's not gonna go back to school. That's what he said.
Sexual seduction.
Even though he does need a master's to work in the position he wants in the library, he doesn't even have a bachelor's. Really, Lindsay? I am so sorry to hear. You worked as a dealer at a casino for 12 years. Yeah, you get screamed at a lot, but you also got punched. I am so sorry to hear. What table game were you dealing?
Y'all are
Uh,
weird.
uh,
Yeah.
exactly. A
Welcome
lot
to
of
my
jobs
life.
are hard.
Am I going to watch Doctor Who? No.
Oh,
I've never had any interest in Doctor Who.
the Doctor Who Christmas special. I remember some years they don't have it, but I love Doctor Who Christmas specials. Is it the Christmas or is it Boxing Day? I keep forgetting. But I haven't watched Doctor Who in a while.
Frankly.
He is whiny. He is Venom Sorceress. I like that name.
I know it kind of makes me I know it reflects poorly on me as a geek that I'm not interested in Doctor Who, but just never cared.
You did high stakes craps and blackjack, huh? So you were a croupier for craps. Why were you? Were you the one? That's pretty cool. You watch Doctor Who
Tried
every
to watch
day.
Doctor Who and the graphics
Nice.
made me peace out. There is that. A lot of older shows I have trouble watching because of the because of how dated they look. That is definitely a problem for me with some older shows and video games. Fair number of video games that like really don't hold up. Alex freaked me out as a child, so I can never watch it again.
She can tell some stories, probably. Yeah, a lot of people get so pissed off when they lose money, and they lose money they can't lose at the casino. And then the yelling starts and the anger starts.
Back in the day, do I hate old movies? There's again, it's one of those things where there's a fair number of old movies that I have trouble watching just because of how dated they look and feel.
He doesn't like a dated
Mr.
aesthetic.
Robot, no.
Why not, Peetz?
Yeah, speaking of Doctor Who, Marvel used to have the license to publish Doctor Who comics. I never read any of those. I never read any of Marvel's Doctor Who comics. But while they had the rights to it, they would very occasionally have Doctor Who cameo in other comics. So like Iron Fist and Power Man teamed up with Doctor Who to fight Daleks once. Probably the most famous example of Doctor Who crossing over with a regular Marvel character was
Yeah.
actually, so this is a weird one. So Marvel also used to have the rights to publish Transformers comics.
Really?
And they did like those comics were like really well received. People love the Marvel Transformers comics. One of the characters that was created specifically for the comics wasn't in the cartoon, didn't have any never had an action figure, or like was never like was created specifically for the comic books. What was for dinner? Yeah, Laura, just some leftover
All
spaghetti.
right, spit it out, Peetz.
Character by the name of Death's Head. A freelance peacekeeping agent, aka a bounty hunter, who just gets offended at being called a bounty hunter. Freelance peacekeeping agent, Death's Head, debuted in Transformers comics, and then he showed up in a Doctor Who comic where
Yeah.
he was traveling, where Death's Head was traveling through the time stream and got in a crash with Doctor Who's what's it? His phone booth,
TARDIS. His TARDIS.
whatever that thing was called.
I even know this is his TARDIS.
And again, bear in mind, Death's Head was created to fight giant robots, Transformers.
Argudi says the funny thing is that Salad is gaining weight around Chantal just like Peetz.
So he was significantly larger than a regular person. TARDIS, yes, thank you, Yarn Fix. TARDIS. So he was traveling. So Doctor Who was traveling through time, and Secret Nim. Never watched Secret of Nim, no. So yeah, he was traveling through time.
Does anybody care about this?
Or Doctor Who was traveling through time, and Death was traveling through time stream, and they had a collision, knocked them both out of the time stream.
Is that even possible? Can you have a collision when you're traveling through time? Is that theoretically possible?
And Death had demanded compensation because he's a giant murder bot. He's not going to be the one to say, sorry, my bad. So Doctor Who shrunk Death's Head down to human size. And from there, Death's Head sort of became a character in the main Marvel comics for a little while.
Really?
Mostly in Marvel UK. He was always mostly a Marvel UK character. No, it's just a wristband.
I don't think you can have a collision like that.
He showed up in a couple of
All right, let's go. We're going to go forward.
even just writing a short story is more than I can actually handle anymore. I have no writing capacity and haven't for a long time.
Depends on if others are in your time dimension. Wait a second. Theoretically, they say if you can travel faster than the speed of light, then you can go back in time. Theoretically, and they say theoretically, if you have the ability to cool down the universe, then you can freeze time. Like when the universe, like literal, the entire universe. So I don't know. I gotta think about this.
Esteban, welcome. Thank you. Is it a full moon? Not yet. It's not. I'm joking.
Yikes, Pete.
I'm not doing that. Just sound incredibly knowledgeable and stuff like that. I mean, like,
Don't tempt people with a good time and showing that booty.
I've read a lot of Marvel comics, and like I've read a fair bit about Marvel comics. I follow quite a few comic creators on Twitter. I've read articles and a couple of books. And so, I mean, I do know a fair bit about comics, like as an industry and shit like that.
All
I
right,
mean,
we're
I
gonna
do
go
actually
forward.
know a fair bit about like the process behind making comics.
I'm sure he does. It's called luck. If you want to survive in the comic game, you gotta have a lot of luck.
Like it is, Chris Claremont's 16-year run on X-Men is absolutely one of the most iconic comic runs of all time. You got 10,000 subscribers. Oh, hey!
Peetz is the
Congratulations to me.
Congrats to him.
Hey, yeah, 10,001 subscribers. Hey, congratulations to me. I got 10,001 subscribers.
Well, good for him. All right, smash that like button, people.
How much is membership? $1.99, Michaela. It's just $1.99, so I'm really not charging much for it.
$1.99 memberships, hitting 10K, having hundreds of people in the chat. Who would have thought this would happen to Peetz? But it is. It is happening.
Like double digits, yep.
He's painfully boring. It depends. If you're like TARDIS and you like to talk about comic books.
What are the perks of membership? A badge. At this point, Michaela, basically nothing. There's a badge. And your name is in green.
Oh, you're going back to DLF's rewatch when he smeared me and put my name into PP Toronto.
It's
Somebody get the boss necklace out. It's in Chantal's room somewhere. All he needs is a frame t-shirt. I used to call them arenas. I still do, but I refuse to call them, the other word that starts with wife.
and supposed to be, and there's supposed to be emojis. I haven't made any custom emojis yet.
He'll be a
That's something I still need to get around to doing.
Hunger Force.
I mean, that's a big part of why I set it at $1.99. Don't say y'all like. Sounds too much like a certain other word we hear way too much.
You haven't gotten that far yet.
Kira?
I
mean, yeah, I know you've been around for a while, Kira. Yeah. I do find it amusing that I hit 10,000 subscribers while I was talking about comics.
Yikes.
That sounds about right. That works for me.
You wish you would be
So
more
happy
linear.
to hear you started memberships.
True. Hey, Jump Puff, welcome. Let's go forward, as we always do.
A small handful of
we're gonna go back a little.
where the New Mutants debuted, and that one's worth like maybe $50.
What about? Oh, he's talking about his comic books. Okay, let's go back.
Probably Marvel graphic novel, The New Mutants.
Oh no!
Like the most valuable comic I have is the New Mutants graphic novel. Steph gifted 5 memberships. Oh wow! Thank you very much, Steph. Thank you very much for that. And welcome to the people who get gift memberships. Welcome to those of you.
Goody says you should tap into that YouTube market. I think the most valuable comic book I have is the Spider-Man comic book. So what happened, I think it was 95 or 96 or 97. I think it was maybe 97. I bought this comic off this guy for $20. He's like, hey, you want to buy this off me? $20. It's already worth that. And maybe you should save it for a couple of years and maybe sell it. I wonder how much it's worth right now. I think I did look it up.
Lori, Kai Bear, Don Keedick, Naked and Laughing, and Stephanie's JK.
So I think that comic book now is 25 years I've had that comic book. Can you imagine I've had a comic for 25 years?
Congratulations to you five for getting gift subs.
Oh, I was also going to say one thing. One of the best plays if you ever want to make any money is whenever there's like a phone from a major company comes out. Do you know how much the iPhone 1 sold for recently? Go USA versus World Cup. Sorry, UK friends. Go USA, go. Go USA, go.
Yeah, the most valuable comic I have is probably the Marvel graphic novel where the New Mutants debuted.
Sub TJ.
And that one's worth like maybe $50.
$50. That's still $50.
I do also have New Mutants annual #1, Steal This Planet. Fuck yeah.
Nice, yummy. So I was gonna say the iPhone 1 recently sold at auction, sealed in its original box. It was auctioned off for $40,000. Can you imagine that? Just over 39,000. We'll say $40,000. There's still an article back in October 19th. The first generation iPhone sold for nearly $40K sealed in its box.
And I've got
So there's a lesson, people. If you think you can sell stuff like that very passively, then why not? Yeah, that is freaking nuts. But it's sealed, brand new in the box. I remember when the iPhone came out back in 2007 and people were unlocking them and then selling them and everybody wanted an iPhone. I remember those days.
I do also have New Mutants annual #1, Steal This Planet. Fuck yeah. And I've got Alpha Flight #1 from way back in the 80s. So I do have a small handful of like genuinely classic comics. Original Crow and Death comics. Cool.
That is
Steph,
amazing.
holy shit. 5 more gift subs. Thank you very much again, Steph.
Fax Nova Star is so happy talking about all the nerdy stuff.
And so many chats have been gifted memberships. And I'm never lucky. So congratulations to Kareem, BTP, ho ho ho, Ms. T Reacts, who was just complaining about never being lucky, Laura and Kira all the time. Congratulations to you 5 as well.
You swore
And
by
there
your
you
BlackBerry?
go. Hey, Nashies. So there you go, T.
He's getting subs. He is. Good for him.
There you go, Ms. T.
You
Finally
have
got some luck. How long does the membership last? A month, Michaela.
You have an Alpha Flight?
It's a monthly thing. At least I assume it's a monthly thing. What's it like to be rich with the good? Yeah. Lots of hearts in the chat. Lots of hearts in the chat for Steph.
Yeesh, there is Alpha Flight. Who's this guy in the Canadian suit? Is he Captain Canada? That would be way too corny to call him Captain Canada. Then there's Puck. We got Puck, Alpha Flight. There's Puck.
All the 0-hour comics in mint condition. That one's
Oh.
DC, right, Nashies?
It was your brother's? Cool.
That was like one of the big DC events. Was that 90s? When was 0 Hour? Was 090? 0 Hour was a 90s one? Ellison Norsworthy, welcome.
You know what? We're not talking about more comic
Where
books.
that they did that.
Stop it, Peetz.
Worth more than that. You'd be surprised, Weagle. Oh, like there's not a lot of 80s comics that are actually worth much. I remember.
He's looking up comics. Okay. You have a purple Motorola Razor. Oh. Nice. You kept all your phones? Nice, nice. The pretty eyes.
Allison Norsworthy. Congrats on your 10K. Thank you very much, Allison Norsworthy. So I just double checked. Marvel graphic novel number 4, New Mutants, the debut of the New Mutants. A series that obviously became hugely successful in the 80s. Ran for 100 issues. Characters are still around.
His power is a moose sidekick?
Huge deal. Marvel graphic novel 4, The New Mutants, debut of the New Mutants. Mint condition. About $200.
Wait a second. So Captain Canada has a mentor called Captain Newfoundland? You're welcome.
Yeah, it's
Famunda
Steph.
cheese.
I gifted 10 memberships to celebrate 10K gifts.
Well,
that's really
hello.
sweet, Steph. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the razors back then, a lot of people were stealing Motorola razors because they were so thin back in like 2007, I remember.
Meanwhile, New Mutants Annual number 1, which was a hugely popular comic.
How much is it?
Not a joiner. That's fine, Linda. Debut of Lila Cheney. I think the debut of Lila Cheney. And just like a major comic.
Spit it out, Peetz.
I just double checked. $10. The
Really?
value of New Mutants Annual number 1. Steal this
$10?
planet.
That's it?
$10 fucking dollars.
That's it? Wow. That's nothing.
Yeah. First appearance of Lila Cheney. First appearance of Cypher. A pretty major character.
Big trees. Big trees.
Art by
Don't mess with Captain Canada or Captain Canuck or Captain Newfoundland. They're all Canadian, by the way. We got big trees.
Bill fucking Sienkiewicz.
All right, we're gonna go forward.
I don't disagree. Let's talk about paintings. I don't really know enough about Art Camus. I don't really know about the band kids from Earth. I am not going to argue with you, War.
Huh?
Do I like painting? Nah. Although, actually, how old were the kids? Were they like 8? 6, 7, 8? Why women specifically? Because the kids in the ads were girls.
Foodie did a lot of people a favor by
2,
leaving Peetz.
6 to 8.
The married dude, Nads, and all the dudes she was harassing on Tinder. Yes.
So, yeah. It was an inappropriate shoot. It was absolutely an inappropriate that one boy I know. Hey, Ms. Bennett. Like, it was absolutely an inappropriate photo shoot. Like, it absolutely was inappropriate. It was this weird ass choice. How many members do I have? Let me double check.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
67 members now.
Holy shit. 67. That is a whopping amount. And think this is the time where I should go use the washroom. This has been long. You know what? Yeah, I definitely need to use the washroom. So let me put you guys on be right back for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'll use the washroom and then I'll be back in a few. All right, I'm back. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, let's go.
So yeah, I don't really know what the logic was behind that choice. Just shy of $100 a month I'm making after YouTube's cut.
Just Breezy posted a video on somebody who knew Foodie Beauty from her school days. I wonder who that is. It wouldn't be Tina Pigeon, would it?
When babies
All
are born,
right.
they should be shot up to the moon where we have a huge base.
Let me
where we
check
grow
it
our
out.
children in an ideal environmental pause until they reach 18 and we fly the hatchling back to Earth. Works for me.
Oh, somebody. Oh, it's.
I mean, probably not, fella. There was no.
I see. Okay.
I mean, I suppose like it's hard to know how aware the kids were of, what it was. Like it's sort of hard to know if the kids were even aware that that the bears were in fetish gear.
What?
They may not even they may not have even thought about what the bears were wearing.
Okay. What are we talking? Which beers are we talking about? I want to know which beers. Which beers are in fetish gear that we just didn't understand were in fetish gear?
But it is something where it was a pretty bad choice. I don't think the kids are going to be mentally scarred for life by it. But I think it was a shitty choice and shitty, yeah, and like really gross and shitty iconography, I guess you could call it.
He's talking about Balanchine. Okay.
I don't like.
We're going to go forward.
Honestly, overall, I honestly don't think it's going to have much of an impact on the kids themselves. It's more overall, the overall message of the image is just gross.
You like fetish
Couldn't
gear
figure
a
out the
lot?
memberships yet. Try again later when my brain isn't slow. No problem, Janine.
Oh, Balenciaga. Okay. I'm sorry, but those Balenciaga beers are in fetish gear. They are, though.
My favorite board game? Trivial Pursuit probably would be my favorite board game. Netflix. I do have Netflix. I have not watched Pepsi Where's My Jet. I haven't even heard of Pepsi Where's My Jet. What's that one about? Documentary, I would assume.
I'm sorry, I have to put this in. But which executive thought this was like the best idea to have Balenciaga fetish beers? who 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 thought this was great? A good idea. Look, it has a fetish. Whose idea was this? To have fetish. Look, it has like a padlock with like mesh on. Whose idea was this? Which executive lost their job right now? Please, somebody tell me whose idea to have kids play with fetish beers. The beer has like fishnets on with a padlock and a chain. And this one cracks me up the most. Look at it. Okay, I must stop. This is too much for me. Whose idea was this? It's like, hey Tom, you mind if we put our beers of our $1 billion company fetish beers and sell them to kids? Yeah, Paul, I think that's a great idea. Let's sell fetish beers to kids. Sub to Rob. Who was
Something
a more
weirdly.
inventive?
something that rings a slight bell about Pepsi and a jet. I'm guessing it's a documentary.
Right?
Was it something where like
YTR?
Pepsi ran some promotion and somebody sort of exploited it in such a way as to get like unlimited plane rides or something like that? Oh, Janine's going. Oh, good night, Janine.
Definitely looks like something
I did
DLF would
give
come
them
up with.
all of that
Definitely.
point.
Subseal.
Yeah, there's been a few occasions where companies have tried to run promotions and somebody figured out a way to exploit it.
Was it talking about that new series, or was it like a docu-series on Netflix? Is called "Hey Pepsi, Where's My Jet" or something along those lines? Yeah, Pepsi, Where's My Jet? I haven't watched it. Facts YTR. Right? These beers shouldn't be for kids, but there were those Balenciaga beers. And Peetz has been an apologist. Yes, YTR is right. Both him and Foodie Beauty share the same sentiment. They said that those guys have served their time, so why not release them back into society? But the thing about that is that type of want or need to be around kids in a sexual manner is hard to, it's people have to understand, and it's uncurable because what you like is what you like, and to cure that is actually hard, next to impossible. It's kind of like the same thing with arsonists. Like you get a kick out of it, a charge. You get a change in your brain whenever you set fires, as well as yeah, you can't cure it. So to say that they've done their time and they should be allowed back into regular society as if nothing happened is actually doing a disservice to society, because they're going to do it again.
I said 7 million points for a Harrier jet and didn't add a disc. Oh,
Exactly, YTR.
that's pretty great. Yeah, that one I don't think I ever heard about that particular story. But I'm on the dude side. Some kid got enough points and Pepsi didn't come through or something. Haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it
I'm on
either.
that guy's side. Pepsi, you made a promise.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Of course, I'm always on the side of anybody fucking over corporations.
it seems Netflix is on this run where they like doing these quirky documentaries or short series about anything or everything, about like human experience type of stuff, especially against certain companies. But then again, it might backfire because certain companies might not like that kind of press. But then again, you can say there's no such thing as negative press, but then kind of there is if you're a really huge company. You want to recap? Well, we've talked about Balenciaga beers just recently, last few minutes, where they dressed in fetish gear, but these beers are for kids. What executive lost their job with their fetish Balenciaga beer line? We've talked about comic books. We've talked about Captain Canada, Captain Canuck, Captain Newfoundland. We've also talked about how Peetz has hit 10K, as well as he's had about 70 memberships. What, like 20 minutes ago, we said that. And coincidentally, Sela and Chantel also have done memberships on their couples channel. What else have we talked about? Well, we've gone everywhere from Studio Ghibli stuff. We've talked about Code Geass. We've talked about Samurai Champloo. We've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about voting. We've talked about food, right? Pretty eyes.
The disclaimer in the Canadian commercial, but not the US one. I think Canada does have I think Canada does have somewhat stricter rules when it comes to advertising. So
You're welcome, Rob.
more paid than value of the price. Yeah, I mean, kid
Yolabu says Peace needs one of those man bras. The bros. He needs the bro.
wants a jet. Picked up
Hey.
a $15 insulated bag, and the cashier thought it was my own, and I didn't say nothing. My brother, whenever my brother goes to the grocery store, if he's using the self-checkout, he basically always makes some sort of mistake.
Really?
You know, he'll forget something in his cart, or he'll Art Girl, welcome, thank you, Art Girl. He'll
Thank you,
input.
YTR.
He'll put in the wrong code for a vegetable. He'll input the wrong number of bags that he needs.
Sure, these mistakes. Okay.
Thanks, D Woods. Because like he's not trained on the cash, you know. Totally accidentally scanned a wax warmer as a $1.49 Christmas decoration. Yeah, I mean, how are you supposed to know, Bigo? You're not trained. You know, you're not trained to do that. So how are you supposed to know? Yeah, you know, simple mistake, right? You know, Walmart, you know, these stores, they hire cashiers, they train the cashiers to do it right.
Yes, it's a simple mistake.
If something isn't scanned, the shopping cart's blocked and won't go past the door where I'm at. Fucking shitty. They check at my Walmart and again, it's so fucking shitty.
Right, Peace gets 10K for doing nothing.
Like it's all a way for them. It's all a way for the corporate. It's all a way for companies to not pay employees. Dealt with the public for 12 hours today, but due back in 6 hours. Ugh.
You find yourself what, PO'd?
Employees
Like,
with Walmart near me legit don't give a fuck. Yeah, why would they? Like, why would they give a shit about something that is literally designed to reduce how much money they make? They save money on staff. Exactly. If Walmart could get away with it, they would fire every single employee they have. They would absolutely drop every single person who isn't an executive if they could get away with it.
I guess he doesn't like Walmart. Amazing how he's on every day now. He needs to earn money. Exactly. Amazing how that is, right? Because before he was on maybe once a week, if that, and then he'd be playing video games sometimes with that once a week. Now he was on yesterday, or he's on at least every like other day, at least multiple times each day. He's on every day in a row for maybe 3, 4, 5 times. Peetz gets 10K for doing nothing. I am putting in serious work here, people.
And it's fucking shitty. And then they fucking still expect the employees to show loyalty and enthusiasm and fucking, like, fuck you.
Yikes, Peetz. Come on now.
What's my food on hand situation looking like? I don't need any help, Wendy. Accidentally stole a $400 lamp.
Yeah, didn't he work for Walmart? I think he did say he worked for Walmart.
And then they fucking still expect the employees to show loyalty and enthusiasm and fucking, like, fuck you. What's my food on hand situation looking like? I don't need any help, Wendy. Accidentally stole a $400 lamp fixture once. Well, that's getting a little bit far, I will say. Walt does not seem to care about employees from what I've seen. No, they don't. Of course they don't. They hate employees. Like the people who own a corporation and like the CEOs and the executives, they absolutely fucking loathe, despise the employees. They hate every single person that they have to pay. Like that's blocked because of a $1.50 20-ounce soda.
Wait a second. That's a little bit too much there, Peetz, because Peetz loads Walmart, and I get it. Not everybody has a positive spin on Walmart, but there is positivity in Walmart because Walmart actually helps a lot of communities. There are many stories. I think there was documentaries actually online about how Walmart has improved communities and given people jobs where they would never find work elsewhere. Like a lot of greeters are people typically older, or they have some sort of disability, and Walmart will give them a job. And then when Walmart is in a certain community, people can afford certain things they would normally not afford or be able to afford based on other businesses that are around, because their business prices for per items would be too much. So there's that. Like there's a lot of good and there's going to be a lot of bad, of course. But Peetz is just making Walmart seem all bad when there's a lot of positives for Walmart. I'm not saying everything's positive, because I can talk about all the bad that Walmart does, especially with the price stuff. But there's always going to be positives as well.
Like they honestly just have nothing but contempt for literally every single employee of their companies. Because they look at every single one of those employees as costing them money.
Sure, Peetz. If you say so.
A liability, yep. It's less money in their own pocket. So
exactly, Lynn. At least these people want to work.
People want to shoplift for major chains? Fucking go for it. You know, Walmart installs self-checkouts in order to cut back on the hours for cashiers. Every single customer.
Our Goody says there's a place for Walmart in our economy, or it would have already failed. Yeah, exactly. Businesses succeed or fail for a reason. So a business will succeed if there is a place in our economy for it. Exactly. So you're perfectly right there, Goody.
Every single one, quite honestly, should be making mistakes at the self-checkout.
Really?
Only raises costs to cut consumers.
Did you hear that? Peetz is promoting a certain type of activity here. Let's hear this again.
Every single customer, every single one, quite honestly, should be making mistakes.
Oh yeah, the self
checkout.
Okay, Peetz, you heard it from him.
Stealing only raises costs to cut consumers.
Yeah,
well, I mean, they factor in shoplifting.
They do.
Like when they're setting the cost, they factor in how much is going to be lost to shoplifting.
Exactly.
All large
Shrinkage.
corporations would rather have 0 employees. Yep. Used to be where you worked hard and were dedicated and appreciated. Now it's all
Sub downtown Mandy Brown.
about profit shares, offshoring. Exactly. No pay, no benefits. Yep, absolutely it is. Corporations are all fucking evil. It's why there's no such thing as a good billionaire.
Really?
No, that's just not possible.
There are a lot of wealthy people, millionaires and billionaires, that give back to society. You want one example of a good billionaire, Peetz? How about Jeff Bezos' ex-wife? How much has she given back to society? She has taken her billions, and she literally has said, Mackenzie Scott has said, I'm going to take my billions and give it back to the world because I don't need these billions of dollars. So there you go. There's one example of a benevolent billionaire, and that billionaire is a woman. So there you go, Peetz.
Elon Musk? Yeah, Elon Musk is an asshole.
Whitehair says Peetz doesn't do anything to support his ideals. He doesn't shop at local markets or buy anything from local markets, so he should STF up. Yeah, he should.
Gonna need to do Shoplifters non-stream next month.
What does he do? He even increases his carbon footprint. Instead of walking to a grocery store, what does he do? Increases his carbon footprint by having somebody pick his order and then have somebody else deliver it to his house. Then he wants to come online and then talk shit.
I will say that is one reason why I could not use a self-checkout. I am too inherently honest. The klepto impulse is satisfied by a slight discount. At least I didn't steal it, just at a reduced price. Like, I hate that I am that I am an honest person. Like, I could not. You want me to check out 400 or yeah. Having a baby stroller makes it easy to shoplift small things. Yep.
Facts, YTR, big facts.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh.
Right, Lynn Smith? What about?
I totally was going to pay for it. I put it there and I totally forgot that I put it there. Happy Thanksgiving, backrooms.
Still call it shoplifting, Peetz. Doesn't matter. Right? Exactly, Nolabu.
I'm a bad boy. No, Naked. Honestly, I'm a good boy. I am not. I am too honest to use a self-checkout. Because if I were using a self-checkout, I would actually put it in the right price. I would scan things properly. I would put in the fruits and vegetables at the right codes for those. Exactly, Barbara. You're not trained cashiers.
Enna says, so honest that you suggest making mistakes at the self-checkout. Gotcha. Exactly.
Too honest to use self-checkout correctly. Exactly. I would actually, I would do it. I would, I would put things in the way they're supposed to be put in. How many numbers do I have now? 67 or 68.
Talk about backtracking there, Peetz, after you suggested such tactics.
Never on purpose. But if you don't scan something, I ain't saying shit. Exactly.
Yes, so he assumes everyone
68 members.
Uses...
I need one more member.
Right, YTR.
Yeah. If you ever see somebody shoplift, no, you fucking didn't. If you ever see somebody shoplifting, no, you didn't.
What does that mean?
Exactly. That's why I need one more member. One more member, people. Let's get me one more member. Lucky the
Smash
local supermarket is employee owned. They get stock in the company, mandatory raises. Nice.
Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out my 90 Day Fiance content. If you don't know, I do 90 Day Fiance content. Currently, it's been going well, I would say. So if you want to check it out, check it out. I do that content daily. So if you want to something new, something different, then check that stuff out.
That's great, Hubris. That's really good.
Exactly, Argudi. We pay for shrinkage for the company's losses is factored into the price, as he said. Just because his brother is as much of an incompetent moron as he is that he doesn't do it proper, that doesn't mean other people are like that. Exactly.
Um,
Facts, YTR.
friend of mine gets hired by companies to check their security measures. It's amazing how many places they get let into with security or with like a they get let into with security or with like a
True, Amy Judy. Oh, thank you, Edna.
vest and a clipboard. I can understand. I can believe that, Ms. Bennett. Yeah, I can believe that. Walmart employees literally breathe down my neck to make sure I scan everything. It's very uncomfy. Yeah, that company. Ms. Bennett, welcome. Thank you very much. 69 members. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, no one else can become a member anymore. No one else can become a member now. No one can leave, no one can join. That's it.
All right, should we go forward?
Do I like pumpkin pie? I don't, Wendy. First job was a grocery store, and people would put lobsters and steaks down their pants. Walmart has like 4 or 5 people just watching it self-checkouts. They should get them to open up some registers. They should. But the reason they don't have those people on registers
Huh?
is so that people
Thank Jim Puff.
will go through the self-checkout instead. Like that's sort of what it is. Like they open the self-checkouts, and this happened at the Walmart I worked at.
He did work for
They
Walmart.
added some
I knew it.
self-checkouts, and they cut back on the hours of all the cashiers. There were always long lines. The lines were always really long at that point. And that was deliberate. They want long lines so that people will instead go through the self-checkout because
That's actually pretty true.
In the hopes that it'll be quicker. And then if people are using the self-checkout, well, that just proves that we don't need more caches open, right? Maybe they do it so they can get more lifters and sue them. No, they don't, corpse. Because they know, they've already guesstimated. They've already guessed exactly how much they're going to lose to shoplifting, and they actually factor that into the price of what they charge things. So, whenever you buy something from Walmart, they've already factored in how much they're going to lose to shoplifting. The price already factors that in. No one wants to work as a cashier. I mean, nobody wants it, but people will do it.
How you doing? Welcome. How's Peetz doing? Just got in. Peetz is all right. A little bit about Peetz's history. I believe one of his first jobs was customer service, same place his mom worked. His mom, of course, hooked him up with the job. Then I remember him talking about Walmart, working at Walmart for a bit, and then I think he went back to customer service, online stuff. Then he had this job with Rogers that he used to go in for, and then after a while, because of the pandemic and other factors, that Rogers telecommunications job he could do at home. Then he got stressed out. He took time off, and eventually he quit the job that in all honesty, believe he didn't have to quit. He could have maybe tried getting a package from them and maybe saved a couple of thousands of dollars because he was working there for years.
When I was at Walmart, I was fucking part-time because they didn't hire full-time cashiers when by the time I got there. There were a few full-time cashiers who'd been there for years already from when it first opened. But
That's another thing I really don't like is there's a thing called part-time Ontario is the phrase people use, where a lot of companies won't hire you full-time because if you're hired full-time, then the benefits should be coming, right? But if you're part time, then they don't have to give you benefits. Or in fact, what they'll do, they'll hire you through an agency. And then when the law kicks in on that end, where after a certain amount of days or something like that, or hours you've worked, they have to offer you said position. They'll remove you from the position for a while and then hire you back again, so it resets. There's some really nasty business practices that a lot of companies these days are doing, and I really don't like it.
I would have been totally fine working full-time. I'd have been grateful to be a full-time cashier at Walmart, but they didn't do full-time. They did part-time because part-timers don't get benefits. Part-timers don't get jack fucking shit. You can make me work 34 hours and 45 minutes. Cut that 15 minutes off at the end, and you don't have to give me a fucking thing. In terms of benefits.
Very true, Theresa.
So when they introduced the Target in Cornwall or in Ottawa, no, Corpse. I think the Target in Ottawa might have been a little bit before I moved up here. Like I remember Target's attempt to move into Canada.
What do you mean attempt to move into Canada? They were in Canada, and then they left Canada back in like 2016. Target was here, and then they left.
Scare. I mean, we had when I was at Walmart, there were quite a few people who were, there for a while. There are people who've been there for a couple of years, and I was there for a couple of years, and there were people who came in around the time that I did who were still there when I left, and so it's not about nobody wanting to do the job. People were willing to do the job, but no, what happened is they introduced the self checkouts and they cut the hours of I think basically all the cashiers, which meant that there were always long lineups. When I worked at Walmart, you were part-time unless you worked a month straight, 40 hours a week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It make me work 40 hours for 3 weeks and 34. I'm guessing your US yarn picks. Make it sound like Target was invading Canada. They were trying. Target made a genuine effort to get into Canada and just completely failed. They fucked up so badly.
Did they?
They had no fucking idea what they were doing.
Did they?
Supermarket cashier for over 30 years. Yep. She worked for Mel Weeks.
I think they had an idea of what they were doing. It just doesn't work out. Like, you can have tons of ideas of what you want to do, what you try and do. Like, let's say you go to school, you get a degree, you think you're going to do 1,000,001 things with that degree, you're going to change the world. Then after you get your degree, you go in the world, and then reality hits that you really can't do much. It's kind of like that. Chef Leftovers, what's up?
My mom was a cashier for a good few years.
I see. So wait a second. So you're telling me, Peetz, your mom got you a job at Walmart again? So I guess his mom was the one who was putting him into these jobs, because she got him the job at her customer service place, manning the phone lines. And then he's now saying his mom was cashier at Walmart. So did she get him the job there as well? His mom be hooking him up. A lot of people get hooked up like that. But yeah, I mean, Target tried to be competitive, but what happened was sometimes your game plan just doesn't work. And with places like Walmart and who else, Canadian Tire, because you guys don't have Canadian Tire in the States. So the dynamics of the atmosphere in Canada is different. So they just felt they couldn't
A
compete.
cashier for over 30 years. Yep. She worked for Mel Wheats. My mom was at my mom was a cashier for a good few years. Because yeah, I think in Canada, 40 hours a week is full time, or 35. In Canada, 35 hours a week is full time. So if you have if you have an employee work 35 hours in a single week, I think that that means that they are full time. I don't think it's for a specific number of weeks. I think it's that as soon as they hit 35 hours in a given week, boom, that's it. You give that person benefits. So
I
yeah,
gotta check that.
corpse Ontario. I'm pretty sure it's 35 in Ontario corpse. Because I feel like at Walmart, I got like 34 and a half hours
Let
pretty
me check.
regularly. 34 hours, 30 minutes. I feel like I got that pretty regularly when I was working at Walmart. They wouldn't do that extra 30 minutes because then I'd be full time. Part time at 36 hours. Really?
I'm gonna check something here.
Hey, Bally Chickens.
I don't know how to phrase it though. I think he's bullshitting. Facts, J. Herod.
What counts as full time work in Ontario?
Okay, Peetz.
37.5 to 40 hours. 30 hours. That's
Right side Beezer. I'm sure he would send an Uber to get it to his
well, I
townhouse.
don't even fucking know.
I gotta find the specific
These work 12 to
wording
14 hours a day. Days
of
not,
what the law
yeah.
says.
Mine might have been because it was a Zach's. So shitty management to know that I don't know Zach's. Yeah, I tried Googling it and I'm getting different answers on Google. So I don't actually even know. Manager snapped and killed their work coworkers. Oof.
All right, let me try and look it up.
130 service hours per month.
All right, should we go forward? We're gonna go forward.
I don't know. I don't give a shit. Throw him in jail. I don't fucking care.
Oh,
Throw him in jail. I don't fucking care.
throw who in jail?
Guarding temp agencies. That was the idea behind what temp agencies were supposed to be for.
You know what? Let's.
A warehouse.
We're gonna go back.
He was there through a temp agency.
Okay.
Which obviously saved Walmart money.
Mm-hmm. Was this his
At the
brother?
cost of
Wait a second. Who's he talking about? His brother was at Walmart through a temp agency. This is the business practice I hate. The temp agency stuff. This is just dirty because I've been through the ringer with temp agencies as well. We used to clean this meat factory back in the day, and they would always hire us through a temp agency. So we would be there cleaning full-time hours, but never get any benefits because it was always through an agency.
Be for 9 months. Yeah, that's something. Yeah. I think my brother worked at a Walmart warehouse in Cornwall. There was another shooting, probably. My brother worked at a warehouse. He was there through a temp agency.
Okay.
Which obviously saved Walmart money.
Yeah, Gemini.
Um,
There was unfortunately a mass shooting at Walmart.
At the cost of the agency workers getting fewer jobs or getting lower pay and no benefits. The thing is, the premise behind it was, the temp agency would hire you, and then Walmart would hire the temp agency for 6 months, and then the idea behind it was like at the end of the 6 months you would either
Facts, jump off. It doesn't.
either be fired or hired. Either Walmart would hire you, or you weren't worth keeping. That was sort of the idea behind how that temp, or not how that agency worked, but that was the idea behind sort of the government's rules regarding temp agencies. That was the idea behind what temp agencies were supposed to be for.
Sup, silent lurking kitty? How you doing? Welcome.
Instead, you might work for that. You might work for Walmart for a year, 2 years, 3 years, but Walmart's not hiring you. They would keep you going just for like, what my opinion on Hunter Biden's laptop?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Who keeps bringing that up about Hunter Biden's laptop?
Give a shit. Throw him in jail. I don't fucking care. Throw him in jail. I don't fucking care. So, like, you were basically doing full-time work for Walmart, but because Walmart was working through a third party, they didn't pay you jack shit.
Yeah, silent lurking.
They didn't give you benefits. Worked at a union shop. That was the worst. They bring people in for 89 days, 90-day hire, lay off the temps for a week, and bring them back in our new hire. Yeah. I mean, it's.
I see.
What was on the laptop? I have no idea, Corpse. Good night, Aunt Janet.
He needs funny trolls.
I don't know what was on the laptop. I don't really want to know. I don't really honestly want to know what was on the laptop. I just don't give a shit about Hunter Biden. I don't give a shit about Joe Biden. Throw him in jail too. Throw Obama in jail. Throw Clinton's in jail.
Who?
Throw Trump in jail. Throw.
He coming for everybody.
Bush Jr. in jail.
He coming for
fucking
everybody.
Throw them all in jail.
Why?
I don't fucking care.
Why? What happened?
As soon as you become president, you start committing war crimes.
Really?
I'm absolutely in favor of a White House to prison pipeline. Because you can't be president without committing war crimes.
Get a job first, Peetz, then we can talk. And don't talk about stealing from Walmart in the same live stream as a president to prison pipeline.
That's my opinion.
Yikes.
What do I think of Parliament prime ministers? Yeah. Most of them suck too. I'll be honest.
Right? His politics. Though peace
the
and
last
justice,
president
true
that I would not throw in prison
was who?
Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter can keep wandering around free.
Okay.
Totally cool with Jimmy Carter.
So says the guy who didn't vote in his last election.
That guy was good. Jimmy Carter. He was 76 to 80. He followed Nixon. Well,
No, he's 77 to 81, Peetz.
technically he followed oh shit, who was that dude? Carter was a horrible president.
Here we go.
I mean,
talking about stuff.
he was an okay president
You weren't even
and
born
a
then.
genuinely good dude. Ford, yes, Gerald Ford. He followed Gerald Ford, but Gerald Ford was, you know, Gerald Ford was sort of like
Sup, Goddess
a
Kwana?
seat warmer. You know, Gerald Ford was the seat warmer, the seat warmer president. Sammy Schmammy, welcome. Yo, he was actually unelected. He took after Nixon resigned. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was generally seen as not very smart. Gerald Ford was unelected and not terribly respected.
Gerald Rudolph Ford Jr. was the only president never to have been elected to the office of president or vice president. Does Peace talk about Canadian politics? Only in jest. Oh, he's going the F-bomb. Let's go back. We got to hear it out.
Fuck Reagan.
Okay.
Fuck Ronald Reagan. That
Okay,
union
Pete's.
busting, AIDS ignoring, middle class destroying sack of shit. Fuck Reagan. Fuck that guy. He is fucking burning in hell. Hey, Boombastic.
I like to talk about this. When people talk about presidential terms, let's not forget that a lot of times you're only as good as the president before you. And I say that with all seriousness because if the president before you did something that they thought was great or they thought would help their backers, like the people promoting their campaigns, then you have to clean that up. And sometimes if they created a shitstorm for you, you're only as good as your term or terms, depending on if you get reelected. So if somebody does something shitty before you, then you get elected as president, you gotta clean that up, and you're not gonna look good because the president before you just did something shit. So this is why I agree with YTR in the sense that generally you have to clean up after previous president or presidents. And then sometimes even with that, you can do something amazing and it won't be reflected in your term or terms, but it will be reflected in later presidential term or terms where another president gets the value or reaps the value of what type of things you've done during your presidency. So for example, let's say president like maybe A does something now and then whatever they've done won't you won't see any value in it maybe until any positive value until maybe 8-12 years down the line. And then people are like, oh, that president 12 years down the line is such an amazing president, not understanding that it was the president 12 years prior that made the foundation for what is now seen as a positive. So a lot of presidents really get the shit from a lot of people, but once again, you're only as good as what the president before you have done and what foundation they've laid, whether that's good or bad. Just my understanding of politics. Same thing in Canada.
Ronald Reagan was fucking terrible. But anyway, yeah. So Carter, I'm not really sure how good a job Carter did as president. There were some things that where he was right. Like he took environmentalism seriously.
Thank you, YTR.
Like Carter actually did take environmentalism seriously. He did try to push for green energy and reduction of fossil fuels and shit like that. So he was absolutely 100% right on that one. And then Reagan came along and was like, no, fuck the environment. Fuck the environment. Destroy the planet. Drill everywhere.
Here goes Peetz talking about a lot of things he doesn't know.
More pollution. Fuck Reagan. Anyway, so I'm not sure, like, as far as like how Reagan did in, or how Carter did in general, I don't really know. But he's a genuinely good dude. Membership is $1.99, Ziggy.
I have no idea.
Reagan had
You know what?
Alzheimer's? Probably, yeah.
I don't know what their angles were, what their policies were. So I won't even talk about. I will not talk about Reagan. I won't talk about Ford, and I won't talk about Jimmy Carter. I don't know what they offered for the States. Plus, once again, I'm in Canada, so I have no
He
input on
probably
this.
did have Alzheimer's by the end, like, or I should say, he was probably being affected by Alzheimer's by the end of his term, by the end of his time. Obviously, I don't think there's any solid evidence of it. I don't think it's ever actually been completely confirmed. Hey, Egypt, Jen. But yeah, Reagan probably was being affected by his
What's up,
Alzheimer's
Jazz?
by the end of his presidency. Very likely. But anyway, yeah, Cartner has always been a genuinely good dude. Like, he's a great guy. He left office and like spent the next 40 years building houses. You know, like, just incredible guy. Like, it's
True YTR as a channel, it's either you're gonna go full politics and you're gonna be celebrated and hated as a political commentary channel, because there's some people who are gonna hate what you say about politics, others are gonna love it. But it has to be 100%, right? Like, there's a lot of thriving political channels out there, some very controversial, others not. And yeah, it's gonna be divisive, like they say, religion, politics, and the A word when it comes to fetuses and such are things to avoid whenever you have a channel, because it's going to divide your audience.
he hasn't sought fame and fortune. He never really tried to use his time in politics to enrich himself. He just decided to go to work helping people. Like, you gotta respect the guy for that.
Still no comment on Carter. I have
And
no
he's
idea what his
still
policies
out
are
there.
or were.
Yeah, fuck you, Beagle Mama.
True Lindsay.
Like,
Oh,
Carter is still out there.
what did Beagle Mama? Beagle Mama said that he said F you to her. Did he? Okay. She was talking about Trump. That's why you threw the F bomb.
Building houses. Man just wanted his peanut farm and volunteer work. Exactly, hubris. Moonlake! Welcome, Moonlake. Divide abundance. Hope everyone's had a great Thanksgiving with friends and loved ones. As for me, I'm on the... Oh, yeah. So yeah, it's just... Bally Chicken reactions. Thank you very much, Bally Chicken. So, yeah.
Lolo, smash that
Carter
like
can stay free.
but everybody
You know,
else
not
in
throwing
jail.
Carter in jail. Every president after him, jail. Vice presidents as well. And secretaries of state and defense.
Well, we're going to go through the list.
Do you agree
Okay,
with what a
who's
lot of you
next?
say? Yeah. President, vice president, secretary of state, secretary of defense, throw all of them for the past ever in prison. Carter destroyed Iran. Why I don't like Obama? I mean, the war crimes. Speaker of the House. Fuck it, why not? Throw them in the prison too. Anyway, Obama did a lot of shit that I disagree with.
Fact, Sandra, politics is very polarizing, especially on YouTube.
he ramped up the use of drone strikes. Like really, really ramped up the use of drone strikes in a frankly gross manner. Who do I think should be president?
Here we go. More politics for you.
Yeah, fuck it, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton for president. Keanu Reeves is vice president.
Dolly Parton, I mean, can't disagree with that.
Shit, put Dolly Parton as president, I can fucking guarantee education's getting funded. You know, Dolly Parton will absolutely increase funding for education.
Right,
God damn, will she ever increase funding for education?
True, YTR, very true.
Keanu Reeves? And Keanu Reeves, yeah? What country's gonna fuck with Vice President Keanu goddamn Reeves?
If you know a lot about Keanu Reeves, you would understand why he chooses Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is a big philanthropist that isn't about a flashy lifestyle. If you actually knew what that actor is about, who he is, what he does in his daily life, and how he actively helps people, you would understand why Peetz is saying Keanu Reeves for vice president. It's not because he's good looking and that he's really cool in the John Wick movies. It's actually because he's a really good person, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is a philanthropist. He's a kind-hearted person. In fact, I was hearing all these articles about Keanu Reeves taking the bus. Yes, I said it. Keanu Reeves was taking the bus, shopping at Walmart, greeting people, saying hello, doing all sorts of stuff that a normal, the regular Hollywood actor would not do. Yeah, he's a great humanitarian. So it's not just because of John Wick and The Matrix and everything why he said Keanu Reeves for vice president. It's actually because of what Keanu Reeves does is in his real life. How much longer is this Pete stream? Less than 10 minutes. We got like 8 minutes and like 35 seconds left to go.
Every war would be over. Keanu Reeves would just step in and be like, hey guys, think we could like, hey man, think you could back off a bit, and everyone would be like, all right, for you, Keanu, do it for you.
For sure, Ziggy. Yeah, Pete's just drones on. Like, there's no need for a 3 hour plus stream. Like, this stream is 3 hours and 9 minutes, and all he does is just go on and on and on. He's like, Pete's, give it a break.
Chuck Norris, fuck Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is an asshole.
You hating on Chuck Norris now? Really?
Chuck Norris is a right-wing douchebag. Fucking dickwad.
Huh?
Fuck Chuck Norris hard.
Yeah, what about people without GPs?
Media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of him? Yes, I did. Standing up in a crowded bus or train for a woman to be seated. Exactly.
Yeah, as far as things that I don't like Obama for, in addition to ramping up the drone strikes, he also ramped up deportations.
Is that even true? No, he didn't.
He deported even more people than Bush did, which not a fan of. And I also think that you know, it did absolutely nothing to help him politically, frankly.
Let me check that. I think he could be right. Let me check.
Libertarians are more right than left. Honestly, Nessa, the best description I have ever seen.
That's actually true. It says here deportations higher under Obama than Bush, but that might be a spurious correlation. I'm sure there's some underlying factors to why that is, but the numbers don't lie. It's actually true that under the Obama administration, deportations were higher compared to the Bush administration.
The best description I've ever seen of libertarians is that they are
Yeah, Obama did. Yes, exactly.
like cats. Give me a second to find the exact quote.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah. Libertarians are like house cats, absolutely convinced of their fierce independence while utterly dependent on a system they don't appreciate or understand.
Also, an article from CNN Politics is saying Obama deported more people than Trump, but context is everything. Okay, I'm gonna have to read this article to see what the context is. Like I said, the numbers do speak, but sometimes when you look at the context of why that was happening, sometimes it's just the atmosphere of the times rather than just the numbers per se. As Jay Harris says, the narrative spin can make
Wish
people
Bruce Lee
believe
was still alive.
anything.
Yeah,
True.
Bruce Lee seemed like a pretty good guy. Infos and idiots of QET with Carter. It's clear that she was utterly charmed. That's with them. She had a smile from ear to ear. Yeah, I mean, he just seemed to be like a genuinely. He seems to be like a genuinely good dude. Like just genuinely a legitimately nice, great guy. Fruit fly died in my whiskey.
Yay to Bruce Lee.
Lansbury was still alive. Yeah, like that is the absolute best description I have ever seen of libertarians.
Facts, UITR. That's why you can't trust when presidents run under a particular party, because when they get elected, they do what they want or they do what their backers want, and sometimes their mind changes, right? So they might say they're gonna enact this policy and do this, repeal this, repeal that, but then at the end of the day, they just do whatever they want. Plus, the climate can change drastically. There could be a war any moment. Could be anything.
My English teacher said Bruce Lee was a fraud, so I did a whole report on him and his life. The man invented 2 martial arts. Yeah. Oh, he was, in terms of martial arts, he was the real deal.
True, Ziggy.
Absolutely. Carter helped Khomeini. He destroyed Iran. I was unaware of that, Moonlake. I haven't really looked into Carter's reign. So
I
right.
slipped
So
into
Carter
that
did
point.
do some pretty bad shit too then. Dang. Disappointing. Fine. He should have gone to prison after he left office as well then. I guess he should have gone to prison as well.
True, YTR, very true. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We got a few more minutes left to Peetz and his political rantings of a country that he doesn't have any status in, but he loves to talk about, which is America, of course.
Yeah, I should probably actually get off here.
Yes, while he doesn't vote in his own country.
Good night, Jenna.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
Cat
sending
Chloe.
Carter to prison
Been
now.
3 hours. I should probably call it a night.
You should, Peetz. Please do it.
He did mess it up with Lebanon, Iran. Yeah. Dang. Thank you for the memberships. Very happy. White House to prison pipeline. Absolutely. Because you can't be president without committing war crimes. That was lovely.
So says Peetz.
Yeah, it was sort of a honestly, Corbs, it was pretty much just like a whim of the moment thing that I came on here.
Yeah, I actually didn't expect Peetz to come on.
Thank you for the membership, Leanda.
Peetz would be a dictator if he was in office. I think there's a lot of truth to this, Ziggy, because the way how he acts on his channel, you just amplify that, and that's what happens.
So, thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'm hoping to go to get to the grocery store tomorrow so I can pick up a couple things that I need for other meals.
Sure, Peetz.
I need potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I need meatloaf tins,
Mm-hmm.
meatloaf pans, and I do want to pick up some chicken breasts for other meals. Not enough shit to justify ordering. Like, not enough shit to justify. I actually do have a good cutting knife now.
Yeah, Carter is dead. Reagan is dead.
I just never use it.
Yeah, they all passed away in either the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
So I don't like it's. I don't have enough. I don't have enough stuff to order to justify delivery of it. You know, $10 for delivery for $10 of food is like it's yeah. But on the other hand, I may end up going delivery route instead. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Either way, I will be on tomorrow to cook something.
Go pick up.
So I will cook tomorrow.
Go pick up your food, Peetz. That's the least you could do. Get some exercise.
Fuck.
The
I know I should, Kira.
The
But regardless, for now, make it alive. Nah, I don't want to make it alive. Especially it's winter. It'll be cold. I like holding the phone out. Like I'm gonna want my hands in my pockets. Like I'm gonna want my hands in my pockets. It's chilly out.
Let me check.
Carter's
still alive. He is.
Anyway,
my bad. I guess it was Reagan then that I saw passed away in like the 2000s.
So I will see you tomorrow. And good night. And thank you for the memberships and thank you for the super chats.
Carter's still here.
See y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, my bad.
Good night.
And that is it for Peetz. Man, that was a long stream. We are 3.5 hours into our stream for his 3 hours and 9 minutes. Am I cooking tonight? I was actually thinking of if he's gonna cook tonight, I might actually have to cook either earlier or tomorrow. Maybe I'll change it to tomorrow. We'll see what time Chantal comes on. I also gotta work. Then I also have to work on my TLC stuff. Thank you, Sandra. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on my TLC stuff, and then I gotta do some other stuff for my job. Then we'll see what time I have, because at any moment now, Chantel could just come on easily on any one of her channels and start streaming. At least we don't have 3-hour streams from her, which I am extremely happy for, because the 3-hour streams was way too much for the streaming all day. Thank you, Ziggy. I appreciate it. But thanks, everybody. Smash that like button. I am out for now, but I will be back with more content. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will be around. So take care of yourselves. If I don't see you, I don't see you. But TGIF, happy weekend. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. And bye-bye.